for the stream tonight.
I was awake and I've been drinking for the last 3 hours.
Damn, that's crazy. Speaking of drinking,
why the fuck not?
so got a funny little story for everyone today. So there I am, doing my job at work, as one normally does, and we come across an error on a user's computer. So, to everyone techie, this will throw you for a fucking loop. DNS server is one of their servers that they've set up in Office. Alright, fire. Try and ping the server using the DNS name of the DNS server that's giving out the DNS. DNS server does not respond to its own DNS name. Okay? Does it respond to pings? It does respond, however, to IP pings. Okay. Wipe everything out. Clear all credentials. DHCP it all. Still doesn't respond to its own fucking name.
No, that's not how that's supposed to work.
So finally...
Did someone go in and rename it when no one was looking?
Nope, no, everything's working fine. It's just this one specific user. So finally, right, finally, I am saying, fuck it, I'm just going to set everything up using IPs, even though I shouldn't be. Because fuck fixing that issue. The user...
To be fair, if it's all static IPs, there should be nothing theoretically wrong with that.
Yes, exactly, right? Theoretically. Now, the user asks, what's going on? And I go, how the fuck do I explain this? And then I go, wait, no, I have it. I know exactly how to explain this. I asked the user, have you ever seen the SpongeBob is this your wallet joke?
Oh.
And she paused. She goes, yeah. And then pauses. Wait, seriously? I'm like, yes. That is currently what is occurring.
That is super apt for the situation you found yourself in.
Speaking of IT, so I recently learned that in my company, the IT get paid a fucking lot, right? Like, legitimately.
Yeah, because
well,
company...
No. They used to earn not as much, but then we got taken over by Take-Two, right? And they just kind of went like, hey, your IT department is fucking bonkers good. Let's file our own for cost-cutting measures. So now these motherfuckers, they have a fax machine because they deal with the Japanese studio.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So anyways, all that is different. Like, but these guys are like really fucking good. Some of them have been working for us for like upwards of 20 years, right? And I had to get a new laptop, right? And of course, as we work in Unity, I installed Unity and I installed all my shit. I installed my source control and shit like that. And I tried to take a pull from the company's, like the project pull, basically, like on source tree, right? And it doesn't do it. So I'm like, okay, might be some other issue. Might be my Python version is wrong and shit like that. Check every single thing. I literally go down like the fucking designer checklist of what all shit we need, right? And at the end of it, I still can't take a pull. So I'm like, you know what? I learned how to use Git in terminal to get this pull. Still can't get the pull. Install Git LFS, could not take the pull. A dev comes over and he's looking at it and he can't do it. He's like, I didn't even think like half of the things you thought of, right? But there's just no pull coming, right? Now there's this funny fucking thing, right? We have this VPN. It was connected the whole time, so I was like, you know, there's not gonna be any problems because we can only get the pull when we're on the VPN. So I end up taking it to the IT guy. IT guy goes, checks the VPN, goes like, oh, you're connected to the Take-Two server, not the Zynga server. Because they didn't put like the ZPN thing for the Zynga server.
They don't have a bridge between the two. Yeah.
Why would they?
Yeah.
Like, no, like the guy who was setting it up completely forgot the fact that I'm a Zynga employee, not a Take-Two employee.
Nice. Yeah.
Lost 1 week of work over that.
I mean, you got paid for that week of work, right?
I mean, yeah, I get paid for. I'm not paid on a daily basis, so I get paid at the end of the month.
Well, so yeah, but it counted as a day of hours.
No, that's true. Yes, I did get paid.
Hey, That's a week well spent.
And
then.
because of that, I was able to finagle like a nice little monitor and like one of those really fancy monitor mounts out of them. So yeah, now I've got 3 monitors set up instead of 2 monitors set up.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, so that was my day. So basically, I've taken to ratcheting down how much work I do, and filling that with me playing video games. And you know what the funniest part about that is? We had our quarterly announcements recently. And I almost won best employee for my position in the company.
Oh. Neato burrito.
Yeah. The guy literally sleeping on the job and playing video games. It's like, okay.
I mean, IT, man. Like, because I spent so much time with this guy, he has the latest fucking iPhone and everything, like every single tech thing he has, right? So I'm like, how much did you buy that for? He looks at me like I'm crazy. He goes like, buy? Do you want one? The motherfucker literally said, do you want one?
It's just an expense. Yeah, bro.
And now
so technically, legally, in the US, if the company, and pretty much every company is requiring it these days, if the company is, now you have to be very sure of your position in this company, however, because you're about to give them an ultimatum.
Mm-hmm.
The company is required to legally provide you with a device that is capable of performing the requirements of the applications they want to install on your phone.
Yeah.
They are not allowed to force you to install anything to a personal phone.
Oh yeah, they don't ask us to either.
Right, but if your Microsoft account has an MFA requirement, that means you need to install an MFA program to your phone.
Oh, you think I have anything on my personal phone? I don't have anything. They don't make you because they know they can't. My last workplace, just like any local thing, they had to.
That's what I'm saying, though, is that a lot of companies have, MFA requirements for various account sign-ins now, and they're not legally allowed to require you to install the app to your phone to perform the security check, which means they have to provide you with a phone, which means that, yes, your buddy in IT is able to just say it's an IT expense of me needing a new phone to install the apps to it.
Yeah. And they give us like this little key, a UB key or something, and that's like the
MFA device,
a little
fob. Yeah.
Yep. Pretty cool. But yeah, no, like they just give us like the top of the line fucking MacBook Pro, which I fucking hate. Like it's literally sitting under my ashtray. This thing is more expensive than my PC. I don't fucking get it.
Oh yeah.
No, that's because 70% of the cost of a MacBook is the word Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Used to be.
Come on, Sneaky, be fair.
10 years ago, you could have reasonably said MacBooks are good for general production work, and Windows had a little ways to go. Nowadays, I don't want to do it on either of them because they both suck.
Well, yes, but the only reason why back in the day you would be able to say that Macs are good for artist work and shit is because Apple literally paid companies like Final Cut and the people behind Adobe's products to produce a superior Mac version. And then they bound them in a whole shit ton of contracts that would mean the company would have to pay back like triple what Apple paid them to do it in the first place. And they'd be banned from Apple computers if they broke the contract. So basically they were holding a shit ton of these companies hostage, but the contracts, I think I actually ended up exhausting in around 2016-ish. And Apple was like, so you guys want to re-sign the contract? And they're like, fuck no, eat shit, die.
Yeah.
And left.
Meanwhile, Adobe was like, we're not re-signing, but thanks for the lessons.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck Adobe.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly,
I
I'm just glad
mean,
that most workspaces move away from Adobe.
I would
Because,
love to meet the person behind the Adobe Creative Cloud. I would love to meet them so I could shake their hand from how fucking genius it is for them to extort the shit out of college students. And then with my other hand, I'm going to fucking shank them.
Because they're extorting you?
Yes. So the problem is that Adobe has effectively set the price on PDF programs.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
They've
Yeah.
set the price expectation. There used to be a whole bunch of free PDF programs out there, but then Adobe was like, "Yeah, so our PDF program's going to be about $400 a year per person," and then all these free PDF programs were like, "Wait, people will pay that?" Oh,
Yeah.
sorry guys, we're adding premium features to our program now. We're going to be delisting our free version, and it's going to be paid version from here on out. It's going to be $350 a year. We're cheaper than Adobe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can
Yeah.
literally eat
Meanwhile,
the entire ass.
I just own Foxit PDF lifetime
Foxit was one of
license
them.
that I. Oh, I know, but I paid them once for
Mm-hmm.
$100, and I
Oh,
can
did you know they just
I can
delisted
activate and
that?
deactivate. They delisted it.
Yep, they have moved to a
Boy,
full subscription model.
that's
In the past 2 months.
oh God.
Yep.
Lovely.
Yeah, they will no longer be selling the lifetime licensing.
Come on, Fox. I know you guys. I know you guys wouldn't do this.
Oh, they
Yeah,
would
they would.
absolutely do this.
I know you wouldn't do this.
They did it.
Oh, no, looking for perpetual license, click here. Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus Christ. No, it's okay, so it's still there. But it's been doubled to $210.
Yeah, so not only are they hiding it behind a second hidden air quotes hyperlink,
that you have to go all the way to the bottom of the page, by the way, just
yes.
above that bottom box that has all the like useful contact, here's notes, FAQ and all that. Yeah, it's at the bottom, so it's hard to see. Also,
Like I said, they are progressing towards a delisting of it.
I hate to say this. People don't know what perpetual means.
Nope, exactly.
So when they
That's
see
why they used
perpetual
it.
license, they're like, "That's stupid. I don't know what that means. I'm not going to click that."
Haha, that sign can stop me because I can't read.
Oh wait, hold up. Hold up. The fuck
Yeah.
you mean, Fox? Foxit is like, hey, save more with subscription on the perpetual license page. I'm sorry, guys. Subscriptions are inherently async. The
Well,
subscription
actually,
within 1 year will absolutely blow past a one-time payment.
It's funny you say that, Max, because actually, if you read that perpetual license is only for 2024. In 2025, a new version of Foxit will come out.
Oh, I know. I think I'm
And that perpetual license will not apply to it.
I think I'm 6 years behind. That's how long ago I think I bought my Foxit license.
Yep. So
speaking of subscriptions,
my
your
version
is really fucking funny.
My version's old enough that when I decided to buy it for my father for his work, because Soda PDF are a bunch of scumbags that keep destroying the fucking UI and the functions.
Yep.
Luckily for him, the UI was what he had gotten used to. Meanwhile, I was sitting there staring at it, very confused, like, this is not what I own.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went and checked my receipts. I'm like, oh, that's why.
The subscription is going to update you to the newest year every year. The perpetual license will lock you in, and then they're gonna probably do this really fun thing that Adobe does as well, and where they're gonna slowly start removing the installers off the internet. It's so hard
That
and
sounds
frustrating.
illegal as fuck to do if
No,
someone brought that
it's
to
not.
court's
It's
attention.
not illegal. Because Adobe technically has an installer on their website somewhere for those
He's gonna find
versions.
it.
Yeah, as long as they keep it
Oh,
somewhere, they can make it as obscure and as much of a pain in the ass as they want. As
Oh,
long
yeah.
as it exists.
Well, no,
I
Sneaky
have
was saying they
personal
were
shits with
they were
this.
deleting them though. Like deleting them sounds illegal.
Yeah,
Obscuring them just makes you
they're
an asshole.
they're
Oh, they're like
preventing
burying it
other
in like
places
15
from
fucking
posting them.
lines.
They're
Yeah.
slapping other places for posting them,
Like
and
if you
pretty much
go
the only
Google,
place you can get it now is their
Yeah.
website through a really obscure chain of hyperlinks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Foxit, before they started deciding that, what, corporate evil is the way to go, they would email you a link directly to the version that you paid for the perpetual license for. So that is in my email forever.
but the
Uh,
hyperlink in the email may or may not work in a couple of years.
Yeah.
which I'm actually going to check now because it was working 2 months ago.
Listen. Before you guys continue on this exact thing, you wanna
Yeah.
hear the funniest fucking thing about like any subscription I've ever seen?
Sure.
Grand Theft Auto 6 may charge players per hour.
Yep. Makes sense. Yeah.
Do you understand? Like, everybody in my fucking studio has been selling stock since we heard this because we are not prepared for that. Like,
I'm sorry.
No.
absolute
No.
trash.
They
I
want
think
to they want to charge per hour.
Hour.
I
So they
think
want to bring the arcade experience to the home console, huh?
Yes.
See. As from
It's gonna work.
internal news, we've heard that this is not the way it's really going to happen.
Oh,
but
I know.
there's
I know.
something of a PM
Sell
plan.
now. It's gonna crash. Then buy it back. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. No.
Shit.
It's
I'm gonna go tell my stock guy to fucking short that shit.
Yeah, right now it's gonna be really fun. Well, and also you have the fun little mega crash still ongoing, I believe, that nothing's really recovered from.
Like, I've got 3 years of stocks saved up, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna literally blow them at like the first tiny dip that we see. That will
Yeah.
be right after release, and then once like it hits rock bottom, buy as much as I
Yeah.
can.
I mean, GTA just pulls in so much fucking money.
Yeah, because the thing is, right, I know for a fact that like this exact thing that they're saying with the hourly pricing model is not going to be quite as simple as that. The way like the players will do it, the way the players will see it is going to be quite different. Yes, there will be a subscription model, but it's not the kind of subscription model players are thinking about. It's only going to be for the online side.
It's like I would buy stock in EA if they were less retarded. Like if they weren't if they were just greedy, I would buy stock in EA, but they're stupid greedy. And the problem with stupid greedy is that they pull in a shit ton of money, but they also then go out and have their CEO say shit in a public interview like, we don't want our players to assume they'll ever own anything.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy shit, dude, all you have to do is not fucking say anything.
Literally just shut up.
Literally
Task
just
impossible.
Shut up. Yeah.
But no, that's the thing. Right, with these PM guys, they feel that every one of these like anti-consumer measures is like this massive thing that they need to be known for.
Yeah, it is wild. It's like, hey, we just introduced a new controller add-on for the PS5. It's called the Nut Squeezer, and it squeezes your nuts every 5 minutes if you don't pay up. And it's the only way to play on the PS5 controllers now. We're actually deactivating all PS5 controllers. You have to buy the add-on, and then everyone will hate it. And then you'll see the stock start to slowly rise back up again. No, not even get off to it. The fucking there's PS5. What are they called? What's the slur for them? PS5 ponies, play ponies, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, whatever Sony's nickname is. Yeah. There are people so fucking stupid that after the initial like week of being angry about it, they'll look at their PS5 and be like, "Man, I really want to play some more FIFA." And they'll go out and they'll buy the ball squeezing add-on for their controller.
Bro, FIFA players and Madden players, fucking scum of the earth.
No. They're not scum. No,
No,
they're not
they
scum.
are scum.
No. They're
Okay,
not
that
scum.
implies some maliciousness on their part. You're gonna have to
Yeah.
explain that to one to me, Atin.
No,
That is that
Because
is
here's the problem. I think they have to be maliciously stupid.
No.
Because they will complain about, man, I have to buy it every year and it doesn't change that much.
maliciously stupid.
So stop buying it.
No.
Listen.
You don't understand.
Maliciously ignorant. Is what I mean.
There's a level of stupid that is in its own, like, it has its own gravity well, okay? That's where FIFA and Madden players are at. And what you have to understand about that level of stupid is that the person 3 seconds ago is a separate person than them. And the person 3 seconds in the future is a separate person from them. They only exist in the now. They have no conceptualization of anything beyond what's happening at this very moment.
Listen, see, I'll give you some figures. So, like, NBA 2K is made by 2K, which is subsidy of Take-Two, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, when they originally added like the card system, because it wasn't a FIFA thing that added first, 2K did before them.
Yeah, I know.
1 year
Yeah.
before them, right? There's a Hail Mary. They thought like nobody was gonna fucking do this, right? Legitimately, the PMs and even the finance people were like, you know what, we're just putting the throwaway. It's a full $60 game. It's unlikely anybody's gonna really buy anything. We're expecting like maybe like $3 per like every 15th user or something. Day one, the game sales were a couple million. The
Yeah.
IAP sales were 5 times that.
Yeah.
Day one.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the entire game was buried under fucking like bad reviews, and they're like,
these people don't matter. Like, see, that's the thing that people don't understand. Is like, but the game's reviewed badly. It's like, yeah, but you don't understand. These people can't read.
Yep.
They don't.
Like,
they don't know that game says NBA 2K. They see black guy with basketball. That's how they know the game.
There is a guy in fucking like there's a PM in fucking Texas, right? Who still works for us, who has a plaque of a guy's fucking gamer tag and the amount of money he spent in his office.
Yep. I believe it.
One guy over $3 million.
Oh, I believe it.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Million.
Yeah, I believe it. You know why I believe
it? I wish I could earn that much.
I believe it because Genshin Impact per quarter pulls in $2 billion.
Fucking Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
That's why I believe it.
And the thing is, like with the FIFA guys, right? Like in the coming 2-3 years, we're gonna see competition because FIFA's trying to now strike up a deal with 2K. Because once they took over the NBA license, they never gave it back. They made a much better game than EA ever had. And now with EA giving up on FIFA, FIFA's like, hey, you guys, you made that really crazy basketball game, right? How about you do the same thing with soccer and just stick it to EA once more? So that might be happening.
But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, Ubisoft and EA are in a position to earn literally ludicrous amounts of money, except the upper management is just so retarded that despite doing all of these things that would earn them ludicrous amounts of money, they just have to be so incompetent about it that they ultimately lose money off of it. And
it's
just
almost like a cartoonish level of villainy that these guys hit, and it's
a cartoonish level of stupid. Yeah, it is a level of stupid. So, like you've reached parody levels of stupid. But the unfortunate part is they're not joking. They are just that stupid.
We are not.
But here's the problem. They're not stupid because it keeps working.
No,
EA is collapsing.
Even if it's a failure, like the thing is, like these guys will still get their massive fucking checks. The thing is, right?
Well, they'll get their golden parachute.
See, the thing it's a wild thing. So there's this one PM who I've known since he was just a fucking senior PM, right? He's now the executive PM of this company. Like at least like the indie branch, and he has only got failures on his resume. He just keeps on passing his underlings' work as his own, and goes like, "I'm a mentor."
Yep.
Except he does nothing.
Yep.
Nice.
That is how these guys get up there, and at some point they go,
when you suck enough dick.
Decisions?
Yeah, when you suck enough dick and get enough people to take the fall for you, you can just only fail upward.
the benefit of it is that these guys are now being slowly culled from the industry. Like if you look at the jobs that were cut, right? Just look at the amount of like high-end PMs and fucking like product managers that got cut out of it, right? It was just it was ridiculous.
I think Elon Musk buying Twitter was hands down the death blow to the digital industry.
Mm-hmm.
Because every single bean counter in existence popped the hardest boner possible when they heard that Elon Musk just fired 80% of his staff and was still able to produce the exact same product. And then on top of that, they fired the most expensive people to keep on, the managers. And every bean counter, like several of them might have had heart attacks because there was so little blood left in their body that wasn't located in their dick.
Dude, I was talking to this guy. So you know like how like Blizzard had like 2 rounds of layoffs, right? No, sorry, Bungie had 2 rounds of layoffs, right?
Oh yeah.
Fucking Bungie.
And I was talking like I know a senior game designer there who went from here to there, and I'm like, are you not worried about job safety? Like, no, they're just kicking out managers.
Yeah.
Like they were like, but I was like, yeah, but they kicked out the music guy. Like, that music guy was getting $750K a year. There's a whole team under him who's starving. They all got like pay bumps.
That is the thing. It's like, on one hand, Bungie is kicking out like 99% of the old guard, and fuck them for that. But also at the same time, that old guard was heavily padding their pockets.
Yeah, massively.
And it's just I understand the urge to do it. I get it. You're in a good position. There's a lot of money flowing in, and you know what's 5,000 more this week? What's 10,000 more this month? What's a little bit of a raise of another 20K? Yeah, I get it. And you're making so much money right now is that it barely leaves a dent. But you know what happens when you stop making that much money? Well, suddenly, you're really heavily weighing down the rest of the company. And if you don't rush in saying, oh please, let me keep my job, slash my salary by 50%, well, guess what happens to the anchors? They get let go.
It's just basic math, right? Like, so this guy told me a story about a lead designer who had been a lead designer for the last decade, right? He's not moved up. He's not moved into pure management or like complete IC principal work, right?
Right.
Because he's not good enough for either of them. But because he's a legacy employee, right? He gets his fucking yearly raise. He gets like his fucking like quarterly bonuses, every single thing. His price to the company just keeps going up, but he's still growing the same thing. And he's holding up at least 30 people under him.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was one of the first people to get caught, and they celebrated.
Oh yeah. It's you gotta know when to hold them and you gotta know when to fold them, and a lot of people don't know when to fold them, and a lot of people have a lot of pride.
I see like a lot of people on LinkedIn bitching about it, like, hey, I just lost my job after working 13 years for a company. Brother, you're working 13 years for a company, you've not had a single promotion. If you didn't see this coming, I don't know. Who would?
Yeah, that too. Now, I will admit, I understand why maybe you don't want to move into a managerial role. Not everyone can be a manager. Some people just don't know how to manage. That's fine. But you just gotta keep in mind that you have to be very careful with what you ask for if you don't move up in the ranks. Because when things start getting tough, well, the fat and the old and the slow and the heavy get cut off first. And that's just how it is. And if you don't see that coming, I don't know what to tell you.
I guess it's like a false insecurity which comes with the amount of time you spend there. And yeah.
Yeah, I guess, maybe. But
like a lot of these people are now like kind of branching out and making their own studios, which is something they should have done before or during COVID. Because literally, it was never easier to get funding.
True. Yeah, but you know, security makes people complacent.
Now
Speaking
they're all
of-
like kind of scrambling to get whatever investment they can because they're not going to get that same level or that same price of job anywhere else.
Oh yeah,
So,
but you know, it's one of those things. Like on one hand, I get it, right? They're cutting dead weight, but like the thing you got to be careful is when you do that, like you got to be careful not to cut. Right? You can trim the fat. Trimming the fat is good. But you got to be careful that you don't trim the people that you actually need in there.
yeah, you don't want to trim the
There's
experience.
always a casualty or two, yeah.
Well, now, see, that's the problem, though, right? Is that there's a lot of people, our generation specifically, that doesn't know, can't learn, won't learn, thinks they're doing it the correct way, won't listen to advice, a whole bunch of other things, right? And so a lot of these companies were being held up by a small number of heavily experienced devs. And then those devs got cut. And then the company had a massive experience deficit. And so they hired shit-ass writers from fanfiction. They hired shit-ass animators. They hired DEI people for the bonus funding to keep propping themselves up.
Dude,
You know,
DEI people got cut the first. Like, the first people to go.
Of course they were.
yeah, but
India studio is considered to be like a recession-proof studio. We only lost like 7 people total in the India side of it, right? And all 7 were DEI.
like, here's the thing, right? Yeah, a lot of these companies cut their DEI branch, but it's sort of like a virus, you see. Like, Microsoft cut their DEI branch, but they announced in the cutting of the DEI branch that they are going to be implementing DEI policies to every position. And every position inside of Microsoft will be expected to uphold the values of DEI instead of having a singular branch doing it for them.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like here's the thing.
Like, you promise to be good boys, but yeah. Or good
Hey,
days in this
hey,
case.
hey, guys, do you promise? Do you super special uber promise to do what we say?
You promise?
Yeah, you see, you say
We had
that.
the same thing. We had the same thing. It's legitimately like that.
Yeah, you say that, but you know, they're making Windows 11 and they're trying to put ads into Windows 12, so.
Yeah. But that's, again, upper management bullshit. That's them just like trying to secure whatever's left in the economy, considering growth is so fucking hard to get. They had to showcase that, oh, look, we've grown quarter by quarter every fucking time.
Man,
all the
I hate
time,
fiduciary duty. That shit's literally fan fiction. You know what? That is economic fan fiction. Fiduciary duty is economic fan fiction.
Well, no. Here's the thing. It's my problem with it is that people have misconstrued continuous growth to be the same thing as fiduciary duty. You can look at fucking Costco. Costco does not like go like we have to grow. They do grow. They do grow. But Costco hasn't gone insane with growth. Costco's like, no, we're going to keep doing the things that keep making us money.
Well, I mean, that's also because, as far as I'm aware, a majority ownership is still in the hands of the owners.
Yeah.
Probably.
You have to keep in mind that fiduciary duty is the legal stick with which they beat the company.
Sneaky, I am fully aware of what fiduciary duty is.
I'm aware. You, however, are not the only person in this call.
Yeah.
It is the legal stick they beat the company with, but it is the short-term money now investors that are the ones looting the company and pushing them towards these extremes because now they have enough of a stock ownership in the company to push them to set extremes. Because they don't actually care about whether the company goes under or not, as long as they get their money out of it. So, but the problem becomes is if you don't have enough stock ownership to push back against such things, they then get to beat you with the legal stick called fiduciary duty.
Yeah,
And
I was
that's
gonna
gonna
say, as
take
far as I
time.
know, the
That's
original
gonna take
owners
money.
still have, or the original guys still have a pretty significant portion of the stock. And they're still
It's-
in management roles.
It's because the guys that made that. I actually watched a whole video about it recently. The guys that came up with this whole fucking idea are geniuses, first off. And B, are not fucking stupid. You know, the guy that came up with Costco, the original guy, because what it was is the guy came up with Costco, well, the prequel to Costco, got bought out for a shit ton of money, said, wow, that's a lot of money. Then his apprentice went on to make the second prequel to Costco. It was still doing well. He's like, well, damn, it's still doing well, and the company I sold off got fucking put under because Germans tried to over-engineer it. Who could have guessed? Well, I guess that means there's holes in the market now. I'm going to start up the third prequel to Costco. And then he partnered with the second prequel to Costco to make Costco eventually.
Yeah.
So,
and at
they
some
know what
point
they're
along the
doing.
way, people went, "Hey, maybe we should like listen to this dude." But because I remember I was reading some of, I remember one of my old business books, from I think it was 2018. I was doing a refresher course. Continuous learning, everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
Right, and they talked about, yeah, we face pressure from stockholders, right? Cut employee benefits, cut employee salaries. Look at what Walmart's doing. Why aren't you doing what Walmart's doing? And then they just point out, look at Walmart's customer complaints. Look at Walmart's turnover. Look at our turnover. That's why we aren't Walmart. Right?
Yep. Like this fiduciary, so this is fucking wild because like there's a team within my office basically that runs a pretty profitable game, right? And their thing was during the COVID time, and everybody was like, "When everybody's at home, make as much money as you can," right? Like overwork the employees, make like tons of fun features, push them all out, money, right? These guys were like, let's just hold up. Our game's doing a good thing. Let's just maintain it as it is. Add some ops here and there, don't do too much, right? And all the other teams were like, yeah, look at us, quarter by quarter growth, and then COVID ended.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody came back to baseline. But because everybody had done tons of experiments on their games, all the data was available. So that game just basically went like, okay, this works, this works, this works. This had great player reception. And they released like 50% player delight features and 50% monetization features. And the next thing you know, they're the biggest game in the studio after COVID. So instead of succeeding at a point where everybody was supposed to succeed, they went like, oh, in this dire financial time, we have still maintained this massive growth. And like, yeah, tons of people got promotions, their team got expanded, every single thing happened. All because some people decided, okay, let's hold our horses a bit.
Let's not be fucking stupid.
Let them fuck up for us.
Yeah, well, I mean you can point that to the same thing for the smartphone market where Apple rushed forward, and now Apple's juggling like 9 different operating systems and being forced to cater to them. Then Android saw Apple fucking getting absolutely fucking run by a train, and they were like, wow, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna introduce like 3 operating systems and make everything cross-compatible. That was still pretty stupid. And then Windows came in and was like, wow, both of you are fucking retarded.
Badly.
No. The operating system, what Windows 10 ultimately was, is a software marvel.
Oh, I thought you meant
concerned.
like the first Windows Mobile, the 7.1 or 8.1, what was it? I'm not sure.
That was dog shit. Yeah, no, we all know that was dog shit. Everyone knew it was dog shit.
Because I bought like a Nokia Lumia or whatever, one of the first ones that came out with that, and I was so fucking badly disappointed by it.
It was so badly implemented, but the key part there is that Windows 8 and 8.1 was universal. Everything they fixed for the computer version of 8.1 could work on the phone version. There was a universal cross-compatibility for all of their software, all of their development, and it cut down their costs massively. And sure, they had a far less market share compared to Apple and Android, but they also spent way less money keeping it.
Yeah, they just bungled third-party support, really. That's all they talked about.
Pretty much.
That, and they marketed in the wildest ways possible.
ultimately
Listen, I
Windows
had one
10
of the
came out of
original,
it, and it's a massive improvement.
I had one of those original Nokia phones.
Yeah.
I actually really liked that phone.
I hated the entire Zune interface, but other than that, at
Oh
least the
god, I
phone
hated that.
were good. Yeah.
Zune.
So my pain is just the Zune bullshit, man. That shit was absolutely murderous.
Oh, that shit was
They
ass.
really tried to make that a thing.
LeMay says, aren't tech companies doing this whole temporary hire 90-day training period thing for entry-level jobs now? Reduced pay until
Oh
fully
yeah,
hired? Yes.
the
Yep.
smaller, especially the smaller ones.
Yep.
Not even that way. Like for example, Zynga and Take-Two, our internship period used to be 3 months. We've had an intern for 1.5 years now.
Yeah.
That's just rude, yo.
Nah,
He's finally getting made permanent because an associate left from one of the teams, so he's going to take that person's position.
Okay.
What do you mean? Oh, team, my team, yeah. But yeah, we've been fighting to get that guy permanented for a year.
Hmm. Yeah, well, Yeah, I know. I heard about that, Phoenix. Yeah, it's yeah, it's the dumbest shit ever. But we can't cover that on Twitch because we'll get snapped.
Let's
so
be honest,
anyway,
we're already shadow banned, aren't we?
I mean, pretty much. But hey,
Yeah, but there's a difference between shadow banned and fully
banned.
banned.
Yeah. Beyond plus ultra. Because, I feel like My Hero Academia really needs a spotlight right now from how fuck off awful the ending was. Yes, that's the point. Yeah.
And I heard it was rather bad, right?
Oh, it was terrible. Now, it wasn't as bad as everyone was memeing about. He's not working at McDonald's or anything.
Is he not? Because that's all the photos are for.
Yeah, no, he's actually a teacher at UA, supposedly, but yeah.
He's still working at night.
Okay, but listen, the UA's math teacher ain't that big a deal.
Yeah, but it's my issues. So I on another server I fucking unloaded about this because it was just such a fucking stupid thing, and I hate that people are trying to defend it. But be like, oh well, it's a Japanese thing. It's like, okay, doesn't make it less stupid.
General studies in UA to end up in general studies in UA.
Yeah, but it's very. I hate it a lot because it's a very unsatisfying ending. And the excuse that it's a Japanese story catering to the Japanese audience doesn't make much
I mean, they've been doing the Japanese thing all the way since they start sexualizing the kids. But
yeah, I know, right? But like Naruto had a very Western plot to it. One Piece has a Western plot to it. Bleach had a Western plot to it, if you want to fucking put it in those terms. Like they have the hero arcs, and My Hero Academia's problem is that it tried to do the hero arc, but fucked up literally every single station of it. Right?
I think they had too many people they were trying to market as heroes.
No, it's not even that. So the main character, Izuku, right? He's supposed to be this super smart guy who's really good at analyzing quirks, and he wants to be a hero because he wants to help people. He wants to be a genuine hero because saving people is the right thing to do. Okay, totally fine. So, like, he works out a bunch, right? No, he doesn't work out at all. In fact, he puts negative effort into trying to get better as a hero, is that he just spends his entire time in front of the TV writing down other people's quirks and how they could make them better. He doesn't try and find an apprenticeship at like some sort of medical doctorate. He doesn't try to offer his services online as like some sort of like side thing of like underground quirk assessment or some shit. Because you're really gonna say that there is no sort of like internet black market sort of thing for quirk assessment? Like, you're really gonna tell me that people aren't desperate enough to find someone cheaper?
Although there's like even bit cheaper, like how cheap can you get something like that?
Yeah, right. But like here's the thing, right? Like you could take Izuku, right? You could make a much better story about My Hero. Here's the story of how I became the greatest hero, and then you make him into fucking Oracle.
Right. Yeah. Sure. Right. Exactly. Like, there's
the
so many
Dora
ways they could have done it.
DC
Oracle from
No, the
DC.
Batman
No. Barbara Gordon
Oracle.
Oracle.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
DC.
The DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Barbara Gordon, you make him into Barbara Gordon Oracle, right? You make him this guy who's sitting back there. He's always providing information. He makes you can always give him a call because he can make great guesses about what a villain might be thinking of doing, what their pattern is, or what their quirk might be doing.
But that's no baby shonen.
The guy in the chair, literally.
But
Yeah,
see, that's
like
the
it would
problem,
be fucking
though.
cool. Like literally, just write a fan fiction about fucking My Hero Academia, except fucking he gets clipped in the fucking spine in the beginning of it, and
Phoenix
there we fucking
says
go.
it would be
But
very
here's the thing, you don't even have
interesting
to put him in a little.
Numberman
In fact,
style
if you want to
Izuku.
be,
yeah,
if you want to have like a real great moment, combine him with Alfred, right? Like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, another
oh,
interesting
someone's
aspect is
broken into my house. Here
Shotgun
comes the
out.
shotgun.
right. But another interesting aspect angle you could have pressed on the whole Izuku does the whole Mega Mind shit is that everyone assumes he has some sort of intelligence quirk when actually it's just his hard work.
Mhm.
And like
I
he
think there
proves
is a fan
everyone
fiction
wrong.
regarding that.
What?
I think there is a fanfic.
Oh
like
no,
that,
there's
yeah.
plenty of fan fictions about that shit, and the reason why is because it's actually a good, competent idea about how to handle the story far better than the author. Because the problem is that we get told Izuku is this driven, he is determined to be a hero, and you know
Yeah,
what he
that is
does
the
to
one
be a
thing about this
hero?
stuff.
Absolutely fucking nothing.
He takes notes. He takes notes. No,
He
never
takes
forget the
notes. He doesn't exercise. He doesn't walk. He doesn't participate in sports. He doesn't look into after-school activities. He doesn't. He literally does nothing but watch TV, watch videos of All Might, and write in a book. He does nothing else.
You know that one teacher whose quirk is basically disabling other people's quirks with his I forgot his name. Fucking
Aizawa?
Yeah, like
Aizawa.
outside, like against certain heroes, like the big metamorphosis type of villains, he's literally
Right.
useless. But he can
That's
still
the
fight
point.
them.
Is
and
like
all
there is
he
a
has
ton of
physical
heroes.
training.
Yeah, there's a ton of heroes that are displayed in the story that have quirks that are like, oh, my quirk is that my skin turns pink and nothing else. And they're like, oh yeah, they're like the 10th strongest hero because they just put
Maze
weights
Yeah.
on their legs.
One of the strongest heroes just has wings. Like that's entirely a superpower. And this is the world where jetpacks exist, may I point out, right?
Yeah,
Maze
like,
offers that she has zoom eyes, but she's effectively Tony Stark.
Yeah, because she's fucking smart and
All on
applies
her own.
herself constantly. Yeah, but that's my
Yep.
point, though, is that like there is hundreds of examples of characters in MHA of people who have quirks that are absolutely not important at all to their activity and their profession, but they make
And, like,
it
the
work
entire-
anyway because they try. And here comes
It works
fucking
better,
Izuku,
actually.
who thinks that he can't be a hero. He's gonna be a hero, but he can't be a hero if he doesn't have a quirk, because the quirk is the only thing that matters. It's like,
I mean,
what?
like, it's like a very like Spider-Man situation, like in the movie where like Tony Stark says, if you can't be Spider-Man with a suit, then you don't deserve it, right? And that it would have pushed the entire narrative of like being more different than wrong even better if he just did it without the fucking powers.
Right. And that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. And then they have this whole hero arc where he finally gets given his quirk, and it's some sort of super-powered OP Saiyan mode that he just has to get stronger to endure using because
Well,
he's
also,
just
if he had
too
burned out,
weak.
just getting that fucking power would have been like much like smoother.
Oh yeah,
Right, exactly.
Thinking
But
about
like,
MHA
on
for the
top
third
of
week in a
that,
row.
to make it even worse
Yes.
when it comes to Izuku
Ye-
and getting one for all,
Mhm.
what makes it even worse about it is that he literally could have done anything with that
Mm.
quirk. He could have done ridiculous fighting styles. He could have learned how to do insane things that required an excessive amount of
Make
power.
Izuku Jack Reacher.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, like it'd be fucking incredible.
Like, he
if,
could have
he
done
got the bad
things.
guy.
Yeah, he could have done
Well,
so many
we-
things. And on top of that, he could have used his power in way different ways. Because he's
Oh my God.
supposedly this super smart quirk analysis, but he apparently can't analyze the one quirk he has 100% access to.
Yeah.
Yes, and when he got 8 other quirks, all he did was use them to punch harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's the
no,
dumbest
he
fucking
used
shit.
them the way that the users told him to use it is even worse.
Which is fair.
They're like, hey, here's what my quirk does. Whereas any
Mm.
other time in the series where someone tells them how their quirk works, like, oh, have you tried doing it for this, or this? And they're like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
why would
they
I ever
constantly
think about
show
doing that?
off that
I'll make
Izuku
this-
is this smart
Mm.
kid who can analyze quirks, but he literally tries to copy his hero so much that he obliterates his arms to the point where he has near semi-permanent braces on them because he kept ignoring the healers telling him that he needs to stop doing what he's doing or he is going to lose his arms.
Yep. And his
Which,
arms are
by-
permanently
by the
warped
way-
for the rest of his fucking life
Yeah.
because of that.
By the way, fuck the author for having him have one like, I'll just use my legs, which is reasonable
I'll
because
just
the,
keep
the
doing
legs are on
what
average.
broke my arms with my legs.
Because
Because-
Here's the thing. No, here's the thing though. The legs are 3 times stronger on average on the human body.
Yes.
That's actually a really good compromise.
Yes.
So what's he do after developing his shoot style? He goes back to punching.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Except this time he has a quirk where the more he punches or does the same movement, the harder he hits.
Didn't they give him a fucking attack called
No,
Black
except
Whip?
he didn't get that quirk until like the final thing though. He didn't get any of those quirks.
I thought
until
he
the
got that.
final arc.
I thought they made Fajin a movie thing that he got in the actual thing as well.
No, as far as I'm aware, he didn't
But-
have access to any of those quirks until the
My-
last.
my
final
point is-
arc.
Honestly,
Because he used it on Muscular. I know that much. He used
My point is no, he didn't use it on Muscular. On Muscular,
Oh.
he
Oh,
actually
Muscular.
analyzed Muscular and realized that Muscular had a weak point that if he just kept punching the same location of, he'd be able to break through. So he analyzed the other person's quirk, but couldn't fucking figure it out himself.
Yeah.
So point being,
Well-
though,
I was
is
talking
the
about the-
reason
was that the
why this
second or
shit is
first
so
time
stupid, right?
he
So the
faced
reason why
Muscular?
all this shit is so stupid is it actually can be boiled down to a very simple thing. Is I can't skip over anything in Naruto or Bleach or One Piece. Every junction in the story teaches a lesson to the character and to the audience, and the character actively evolves on how they fight, literally.
Yeah.
Except
like, Bleach is the
My
best
Hero
example of that,
Academia,
actually.
you can start with Izuku doesn't have a quirk, then he gets a quirk, and then a bunch of shit happens that doesn't fucking matter because he doesn't change at all, and then the series ends. And
Yeah.
he doesn't have a quirk anymore.
And
Then he gets his super
Still-
suit.
I still love that we have 2 in-universe on-screen examples of, by the way, here's what people without quirks but training can do against someone with quirks. And Izuku gets to show up in the aftermath of one of those. And sees that someone without a quirk, as long as they train the
Yeah.
fuck out
And
of their...
to
they
make
just
it
train
even
the fuck
dumber,
out of hell.
To make
They
it
can do
even dumber, is that after he loses his quirk, he still has his training. He
Yep,
still
he's
has
still got a
the
stronger physical
super
body
fit
than-
body. And you know what he does with it? He quits.
Mm.
He
To
quits.
be honest, I think his body at this point has been
Well-
through more.
Don't you know, Sneaky? Support items are only for people with quirks.
Right,
doesn't
matter.
but,
It's one
but,
fucking
but
thing.
Cruel,
Yeah.
the worst part is you say that. It's like, oh, well, his body's been through a bunch of abuse, so of course he would quit. Well, actually, no, because
they
he
don't
gets
even do
back in the
that.
hero business 8 years later when someone gives him a suit that lets him mimic a fraction of the powers his quirk had.
Lovely.
You know what?
So he actually wasn't out of the business because his body hurt. He was just out of the business because he felt that without a quirk, he couldn't be a hero because your quirk is all that you are and all that
Nikki?
defines you, and there is no reason to have anything in existence
I think-
beyond your quirk.
Sneaky,
The author
no,
might
it's
have
not
been
just no,
going-
guys. It's not just that. We can put this all on All Might. Izuku does everything for All Might. Follows
Might,
every
yeah.
single fucking word religiously, and he still has those first words of "Be realistic. You can't be a hero without a quirk" in his mind.
No, like,
Everything,
he is-
including the 8 years of no heroism or anything, can be put on All Might.
Like
I
not even
know.
just All Might. It was like the whole societal thing because like the moment like they learned that like he has no fucking
No, Cruel, because before All Might's speech, he was, even if he did nothing for it, he was still determined to become
No,
a hero. Even without a quirk.
Even in the anime
Yeah.
shown, when he learned that he doesn't have a quirk,
no,
he
hang
literally
on.
had like a mental breakdown.
Hang on, he was not determined to be a hero. He was looking for someone to tell him he could be a hero even without the quirk. He was not determined. He had already given up when the doctor said
No, he
your
was
quirk
still
works.
he was still going to UA. He was still trying for UA.
Yeah, he was still trying to get into UA before that.
Yeah.
But that's
But
the
he
problem,
wasn't
right?
determined. That
No,
was a
but we were
desperate reach for a
told.
goal.
To be fair,
He
Izuku's
just
never
wanted
bad anything but
validation.
hurting himself.
We were
Yeah, like, the
told
entire
he was
thing is, he was
determined,
just
but we were never shown he was
non-driven.
determined.
What we were shown was a kid beat down by society who accepted it and had one last desperate attempt to try and fight society, but it wasn't even a serious attempt.
Yeah.
Also, this is another thing I really hate about the juxtaposition between Izuku's supposed intelligence and him religiously trying to copy All Might. So, sure, maybe he's fanboying over All Might. And that's why he's sticking exactly to what All Might does, because he wants to be like All Might. And that's why he doesn't use his intelligence at all whenever it comes to anything about him. Fine. Fair. So why does Izuku recalculate the thresholds of All Might's All-American food and exercise plan?
Yep.
If he's going to copy All Might exactly.
Yeah. And pushing himself harder because he thinks he's spent years wasting effort, which he has.
But
he's just
why
making
would
it
he
even
sit
worse.
there and copy All Might up
If he thinks
until
he
the
knows better than
point
All Might.
when he thinks he knows better than All Might? Yeah, right? Like, he knows better than All Might. It works out for him. And then he doesn't know better than All Might, and he copies All Might precisely religiously. Even though him not copying All Might first was what got him to the point where he is now.
Man, I'ma just be real. I think that like a story of where after learning he has no quirk, somebody fucking introduced him to old fucking disc variants of Jack Reacher instead of fucking going after All Might's legacy. He's like, I want to be like this guy. And when he turns up in a UA support course, he's like a 6'5" hulking behemoth of a man with the analytical mind of a fucking detective.
Bro just needs to be big.
What needed to happen?
I took Tren. I took lots of Tren. What needed
to happen was he needed to stumble on some obscure American vigilante going around kicking shit out of quirked villains while being quirkless himself.
Wasn't there this one fucking MMA fighter who legitimately wore
but he wasn't known, and that the story there was occurring roughly alongside or maybe a year before My Hero's story.
No, I think it's funny if it was Jack Reacher. I'm gonna make the AI write a chapter.
Cruel, you've done it with John. We have another mission for you and your AI. Can you fix Izuku?
I recently wrote a non-AI thing and it got no fucking traction. I fucking love it.
You know what? Phoenix brings up a great point. It's like Ruby being a weaponsmith, but somehow is twice as retarded with an equally capable weapon. You know what?
I'm gonna write chapter 1.
It's like someone saying that they've worked in car or automotives for 30 years, and then they pull out with their car, and it's made with pieces from across a 30-year point in time for a Chevy, and it is just the ugliest, most do-it-yourself slapdash thing, and you're pretty sure half the frame is welded to a wooden pole.
When you ask them about it, they go there's some carbon fiber in it, guys.
So what you're saying is it's Homer's car from The Simpsons with the weird fucking bubble dome thing on it.
No, I'm more making a reference to the Johnny Cash song about the guy who works at the car plant, and he's stealing one piece at a time. He's stealing parts, except 1 piece at a time took him 20 years. By the time 20 years came up, the car parts had changed all so massively that when he put the car together, it just looked like a literal scrap heap.
He had to drill specific parts out just to be able to mount them on each other.
Yeah, and that's the equivalent of Ruby claiming to be a big weapon buff. Like, and that's the equivalent of Deku claiming to be a smart tactician. We keep getting told these characters are these things, and then when it comes time to actually apply them, they're retarded.
Yeah.
And they don't.
I mean, Izuku's never said he's been a good tactician, but everyone around him has actually said that he's got good ideas and plans, which is much even worse because other people see it, but Izuku doesn't.
Right, but I'm talking about what the audience is getting told.
Yeah.
So a character going, man, Deku is so smart, is not the character telling Deku that he's smart. It's the character looking at the camera and going, this character is intelligent and they will do intelligent things.
He can do it.
So, yeah, and it's like fucking Ruby and her god-awful gun that we never see go into War Scythe mode where it's actually a fucking viable weapon. Or it's just, oh my god, I hate Ruby, I hate My Hero Academia. Oh my god, Ruby is just a knockoff Kingdom Hearts. It's Wish.com Kingdom Hearts.
It is. Yep. The darkness is the grim.
My Hero Academia is just Wish.com Naruto.
No, it's Wish.com. What's that supervillain movie?
It's
not supervillain. Superhero High School. Sky High, is it? Sky High, the fucking superhero movie.
Dude, why are we going that far? It's like a fucking Wish.com version of Worm.
Marvel.
Yeah, but
that's why that's what it was.
Early Worm.
Yeah, Wish.com Marvel. But yeah, but point being though is that these series, which they're supposedly replacements for their predecessors, are just so fucking god awful because they're written by awful writers who have no idea what they're doing. And just are absolutely resistant to feedback. It's not because of Japanese cultural norms. It's not because it's written in an Eastern style. No, because there's plenty of Japanese games and stories that, let me tell you, if you think early Nintendo cared a single fucking shit about Western storytelling or Western story design, or Western stories, or pandering to the Western audience at all. Let me fucking... They don't.
They still don't.
And you know what? Their stories are still tend to be good. I'm sorry, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is doing great in terms of storytelling. So Nintendo does just a fine job of ignoring the Western market, their preferences, and their storytelling styles, and still telling a story from a Japanese cultural perspective that still ends up being attractive and good and fun and whatever else adjectives you want to slap on it. So it's not because it's Eastern style, it's supposed to be about conforming or some bullshit. No, it's because the author's fucking retarded and originally wrote My Hero Academia because he wanted to write a Marvel-like story, he wanted to fill the place of Naruto, and he wanted to make a commentary about the Japanese legal system. Except when it came down to it, the author of My Hero Academia realized that when the microphone was pointed in his direction and the question was asked, how do you wish to fix the Japanese justice system? He realized he didn't have a fucking answer.
And he didn't want to.
He spent so much time complaining about the Japanese justice system, he never really considered what he would do when he replaced it. And so his ultimate answer came down to nothing. I would do
Be another
nothing.
cog in the wheel. Be another cog in the wheel until someone brings an
change.
opportunity.
And the only thing you can do in life is accept what happens to you in conformed society, because I don't have an answer to the things that I think are bad, because I don't know how to fix them.
So you mean he wrote himself into his own story with Deku there at the end?
I'm going to be honest with you. I think Deku might just be him.
Might just be him.
I mean, think about it. He didn't have an answer for it. He didn't know how to do anything. He didn't get up off his ass to do anything. It's the same thing.
Okay, I need somebody who has like just a working knowledge of fucking Photoshop.
God damn it. No, I know where you're going with that.
Take like either this image or this image and put Deku's hair on top.
No, you have to put Jack Reacher's head on top of Deku.
No, I need Deku's hair on top of this.
But holy shit, it's an even more mediocre ending than Harry Potter.
I legitimately need that because I'm writing this fucking chapter. Not even AIing this. I'm fucking writing this shit.
All right, do it.
I've got MS Paint. Let's see if that'll work.
Make a commentary about the Japanese legal system. He joins the Phantom Thieves. Holy shit, it's more mediocre ending than Harry Potter. Yeah, so basically the thing is that the author has absolutely no idea, like, at all, about anything. Because he made a character. He made a character called Stain. So there was a bit of a kerfuffle at one point when Stain was introduced, in that the West really likes Stain. And Japan didn't. And the author of Stain didn't understand why the West liked Stain. He's like, oh, but he breaks the law and kills people who abuse the system. Yes, and... He's a radical.
Yes, tell us more.
He's an extremist and he disrupts society. Yes,
Americans are... You don't have
yes, keep going.
You're almost there, man. You're almost there.
And so, literally, everything that was the answer to the Japanese legal system was in Stain. Now, obviously, I'm not saying kill the people that abuse the system, but punish them. This person's being a police officer just so they can get sponsorship deals of saying, hi, I'm a police officer and I endorse this product. Fire
My
them.
name is Commander Shepard.
God damn
it. Man, Izuku just wants some of that fucking peach cobbler. Best in Georgia, they say.
Bro, looks like he'll get you pregnant just by looking at you funny. This is gonna be a fucking story.
Is MHA worse than Attack on Titan?
Much
worse.
Oh,
yes.
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 Listen. Attack
Easily.
on Titan is absolutely unhinged, and Eren makes no sense.
Yeah.
But now, to the author's credit, he told us he knew exactly how it would end. He gave us one of the last panels of the last chapter of Attack on Titan in its first year of release.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't like how it ended. I don't like the characterizations. I don't like that the main character was thanked for something that was abhorrent and disgusting in every way possible. But upon thinking back to certain scenes that caught readers' eyes, I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? Fair enough, author. You did hint at this in a way that was unexpected.
It was not.
Like when
Eren,
when Eren first yells, "I'm going to kill them all," you realize, it wasn't about the Titans.
Yeah.
Oh God, it started that young.
I mean, we say, right? That's the thing. It was about Titans right then, but it tells you an important piece of information about him.
He just wants to kill them all, man.
Yeah, he doesn't care about where they're coming from. He doesn't care why they're coming. He just wants them all dead for the damage they have done to him. And he applies that same attitude to people who control the Titans.
Well, them wasn't just the Titans. It was the enemies, the ones who want to destroy us.
Yes,
right.
I know.
It wasn't just the Titans even in that moment. It was literally, I will destroy the things that want to destroy us.
Right. Atin is saying is that he was referring to the Titans at that period in time. You're saying is that Eren has his definition of the Titans filled the role of enemy, but he wants to kill all of his enemies, all of them, absolutely all of them.
No.
And then people kept filling that role.
No, the Attack Titan memory thing goes as far back to that moment in his life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like that was
really?
that was explicitly shown in the flashback. It's like, oh, wait, because the memories go as far back as his father. And his dad's like, oh, you're my son. Oh my God, I fucked up in raising you.
Yeah. But, and to be clear, Max is 100% right? I do not like the way Attack on Titan ended. I don't like what they did with Eren. There's a lot of stuff I don't like. But the author knew what he, as Max said, the author had a vision.
Yep.
He successfully executed that
The
vision.
author knew what he was doing the entire time.
Oh, yeah. which is not something we can say very often in much of any modern media, much less the manga format where most authors are like, so do you know how this is gonna end? Nope, I'm just writing week to week hoping I can keep the paycheck coming.
Yeah.
Like I'm convinced that Oda never actually knew how he wanted One Piece to end. He just was like, don't worry, there's a MacGuffin somewhere in the world, we'll get there eventually.
Well, apparently, like over a decade ago, he gave to his editor the actual ending of One Piece. So apparently, he's had that plan, but the journey he's making up as he goes along.
I don't believe that for an
I
instant.
don't believe
Yeah.
that for a second.
This is not
Yeah.
a 25-year journey. This should have been
Yeah.
at worst a 10-year journey.
Yeah.
You guys
And-
like my masterpiece I made in 2 minutes with MS Paint?
Yes.
I'm going to use that. I am going to use that.
Who needs Photoshop?
You know
No,
what? I bet
hold
if we give you 10 minutes, you can add a little bit more of Izuku's
I can
hero
make it
costume.
so much
yeah.
worse. Hold on,
I mean,
I
you've
can
gotta-
make
you've
it.
gotta-
Okay,
Apparently
Sneaky.
it's
The
a bit
worst one you make will end
I
up
can
being
make
the
it
story's
so much
thing.
worse.
Sneaky,
Well, apparently,
Sneaky, I'm gonna give you an impossible challenge. Do not use googly eyes anywhere in the image.
I will not use googly eyes anywhere in the image.
Oh shit.
Because he's got like streaks of black from the shading and all that I didn't put in. Because I can't be putting that much effort in.
Fucking, I need minus GIF. I don't want a GIF.
I mean, I've only got MS Paint. I don't have anything to add on to it, so.
Hold on, no, better angle. Come on.
Why am I
Nope.
Why am I googling it? Why does googling Izuku Midoriya bring up DeviantArt Izuku with female Deku making out? What?
That says more about your
Google.
So that says more about your Google searches than it does Google.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Everything else is normal. Everything else is normal except for that one fucking pic.
And I'm
There's
telling
even
you that
cosplays
tells
of
A lot
that
more about
says-
Google than you think it does, buddy.
And then we take this and we slap this bitch in here.
Oh boy.
But yeah, like the problem here is right, like because like I've read about the Japanese justice system. I've looked at it, and
I've read about the Japanese.
Funny.
Japanese.
No, but if you read about their legal system, from any standard of a quote unquote modern legal system, it's objectively fucking horrifying.
Oh,
Isn't
it's
it like
terrible.
almost like is that a really high
99%
prosecution rate or
conviction
something?
rate.
The only thing I needed to hear about the Japanese legal system was they have something like a 97% or higher conviction rate. I'm like, oh, that's all I needed to hear. That system's broken as fuck.
Like again, I've played Judgment and Lost Judgment. Like I.
Also, yes, just play a Yakuza game or play one of the Judgment games. That also works.
Pretty much.
The opening for the Persona 5 game where you start out getting beaten by the police, yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah.
If you end up in a Japanese court, 99.9% of the time you're gonna be declared guilty before people believe you're guilty before you even start up the trial, even the judge.
Okay, listen.
Yeah.
Listen. The only thing I need to say about the Japanese justice system is that they view the Inquisition's motto as a gold standard.
Pretty much.
Sounds right.
Which, for those of you who haven't dived deep down the 40K hole, a plea of innocence is guilty of wasting our time.
Yeah.
And that is Warhammer 40,000.
I mean,
pretty
we're all here, so I guess like at this point everybody is indoctrinated to some extent in 40K lore.
Yeah, but like a lot of people probably don't know enough. Like the Inquisition's cool, but a lot of people probably don't know that like that's like one of their.
Cool is definitely a way to fucking.
If you ever want to be like horrified, look up like Warhammer 40K quotes, and then you can just see like look at what groups around you. Even if they're not saying it, they're embodying it. Like there's a specific very oh no, what is he doing? Oh no.
He made
Oh,
a
Jesus.
He made a more accurate one.
Excellent. Excellent.
Oh my god.
What'd you do that in?
Thank you.
Fantastic job.
Wait, did you add the Getty images?
Clip Studio Paint. Yeah, I just had MS Paint, so.
I need a better version,
Oh my
man.
fucking god.
There we go. That's pretty good, I guess.
Like I remember one time there was a very very hyper religious place quite near to my house, and so I was like, oh, you know what would be funny? Let's go in there and let's read some quotes from the Adeptus Ministorum, and we'll see how many people think that's a great idea. So I read wonderful phrases like, "Blessed is the mind too small to doubt."
And that's why the orcs are the best.
Everybody was like, yeah, that's great.
Good one, Jim. Come up with some more.
Nailed it.
See, the problem with you Umis is your brains ain't exactly smooth. It's all veiny. So when you get hit, the brain gets hit. See, when you get hit in the head, if your head's smooth, it just goes right over it.
That's
But
not
yeah,
how that
so
works.
that was on the
But
list. That was
That
like I
is
was like,
orc logic, and it would theoretically work for them.
Just teach their brains to dodge bullets. Duh.
Yeah.
No, I
Wasn't that like this
honestly,
one fucking manga where a guy's brain or
honestly,
something
you could.
moved out of the way of a bullet or something? That sounds like something
That sounds like a Baki
Baki.
thing.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Baki thing.
He was able to move like some organ or like his brain
I-
out of the way to dodge a bullet, and I'm like, you know what? Whatever, man.
Yeah,
You do you, man.
Baki's weird. Baki's like, what if we go to the illogical extreme conclusion of given things? Oh,
There's
fuck
also like
that.
a guy who's like,
Fine.
because his brain moves every time he's hit, he just stopped his brain moving. That was, I think, Kengan Ashura. One of the two. It has to be one of the two.
Well, it's also one of those things where it's like that is physically impossible, but okay.
Yeah, but okay, man.
Much
I mean, this is not even the weirdest thing I've seen in the last
That-
month.
No,
Oh yeah,
son,
that one. That one's
we said brain,
the
not.
wildest thing is the first fanfic I
said
ever wrote was
organ.
about that shit.
What?
Yeah. About that fucking anime.
I'm sorry, your first fanfic was about High School of the Dead, which, by
Yeah,
the way,
because
the dub is hilarious,
oh, listen,
but
yes.
that.
Yeah, Daughter of
Oh,
Baki made
oh.
B-Stars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was one of the reasons Beastars was getting some traction. Was people like, oh wow, this is really good, and it came out that that's
Alright.
the Baki mangaka's daughter, and it's like, oh
I spent
great.
3 minutes on the pick and save 2 now.
It's still not good.
Nice.
It's getting
Is there a
worse.
dick on top of his head?
Because it's a Zuku.
I'm gonna use the one.
I can't wait to see Sneaky's
Damn.
rendition because he's gone quiet.
Yeah,
Sneaky's
and
making
he's,
How do
something.
I
he's
fucking
stream- he's-
invert?
and his stream stay excited as Zuku GIF.
Yeah.
Or dash GIF. The
Excited
streams have
is
is
How do I fucking swap my
I love how there's just one random
invert selection? There we go.
yeah. Excited, oh my god.
There we go. Yeah, now we're cooking with gas.
Oh no.
Oh, that sounds worrying.
Oh boy.
I'm not on Reddit, so I can't, Phoenix. If you want to do it, go ahead.
Stuff.
I give you permission to use my artwork, Phoenix, to post on Reddit if you want.
Get post and post results.
Yeah, I don't have Reddit, so I don't plan to.
A good choice.
Banned for transfer. Wait, what? Like there's like 2 trans characters in MHA though.
No, they're not.
Who?
There are none.
Tiger from Wild Wild Pussycats and Magna the Magnet person or whatever from the League of Villains that got
Wait,
killed.
who? The dude?
What? Tiger from Wild Wild
From-
Pussycats. I'm pretty sure they were trans, and
No, he's a guy.
or is that what the fanon keeps making it?
Yeah,
That's what the
Yeah,
fanon
that's
does.
fanon.
Then
I'm
wasn't-
pretty
what's-
sure he's an Okama, which is like girly man, basically.
Yeah.
No, he's just
What
Team
about-
Dad.
And not Magna, the
Hey,
Magnite?
you know, like slightly feminine man. Oh, that's trans. It is all it is.
That is not the same thing.
It
That is
all it is.
horrifying. I love it. All right, we're using it. This is all the effort I'm going to
Oh,
put
no.
into it.
You know,
Oh,
I
no.
Oh,
just
here
wanna
we
point-
go.
if you,
Oh, no.
I just want to point out, if people really want, I'm like, why do you people insist on inserting
Yeah.
things where they don't? But why don't you go watch something like?
in Thailand, Tiger transitioned. That's what I thought.
Excuse you?
That's lore. That's lore.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Boy,
Born
it-
female, he transitioned in
No, what-
Thailand.
cites an
Oh,
omake.
he's a.
Volume 9 or market.
No. No, that's some bullshit. That's an omaki. That's not canon.
But it was drawn by the author though. in
It
Volume
doesn't
9.
matter.
I'm using
Death
that
of the
one.
author.
It's fucking over. It's fucking over.
Oh god damn it, Sneaky, what have you done?
Alright, what is...
No, that's perfect. I don't see a single
Yeah.
problem there. By the way, I
His head needs
appreciate
to
that
be a
you
little bit
cloned the
bigger.
head twice.
And that it's
Oh,
on
wait
the
a
wrong
minute, yeah,
way.
you fucking
I'm
cloned
on
it
the wrong
twice!
side. I'm
Why
on the
did you
wrong
clone
side.
it twice, you fucking idiot?
And that the face is on the wrong way. It should
And
be facing
the
Oh,
fact
no.
that he made
Oh,
it
that's
face the
correct.
wrong way, considering it's on the other side of the stream, he did that on purpose.
I fucking hate you, Sneaky.
But yeah, I'm like, why do people insist on inserting things where they don't need? Like, if you
Because-
want
because to
representation
some
of
people-
like breaking gender norms and trans people, why don't you go watch Magical Girl Lieutenant? How many of you even know about that?
Well, it's actually quite
Because it's
simple.
too
Wait.
old.
It's quite simple. It's because it's not super popular right now, and therefore it doesn't exist. And on top of that, they have nothing going on in their lives. Their lives are so devoid of literally everything that the only thing they can do is make their personality based off of the inherent characteristics that they claim to be born with, because they have nothing else to base their personality on, because they are so devoid of thought. And so everything has to be about them, about their identity, and it has to be popular, and it has to be right now. That's why.
And you can't contradict it, otherwise you're denying them and their identity.
Yeah. And when
I'm trying
the
to-
reason why these people, the reason why these people get so angry is because they've attached their identity to these various topics, and by you disagreeing with the topic, you are disagreeing with their identity. Which, to a normal person, you disagree with them, they go, okay, you're disagreeing with me. To them, you are denying their existence because you are disagreeing with their.
But I'm trying to point you towards something that validates everything you
But
want.
it doesn't matter.
No, it
They
doesn't
don't
matter.
want
I
validation
know.
from you.
They
They want
want
to be
to be in
angry, and they
everything
want to take
popular.
everything
Oh.
you have.
Okay, well, if they don't want validation from me, they should just leave me alone then.
No,
But you're
no,
not
you've got to give
giving
them
them
attention.
validation.
You've
Yeah.
got to give them
No,
attention.
But they
You
don't
gotta
want.
think
But
of them
attention. But
repeatedly,
attention
every
is
day.
validation.
No,
Yeah, but don't
No,
use
no,
logic
they-
against them.
they-
Not let's
no,
use
No,
logic.
no,
They
see,
want your
it's actually
iron.
quite simple, right? Okay, it's actually quite simple. Nice.
It's getting worse.
It's actually quite simple. They don't want your validation, but you're not allowed to show anything else your attention. Because to not pay attention to them is denying them.
Oh.
I'm gonna continue telling people that this lieutenant
Well,
is.
I don't know
Magical
why
Girl
they
Lieutenant.
take it personally. I deny probably 90% of the human population because I can't see most of it.
Well, that's unfortunate for you because you are just the worst person then.
Anyway, listen, people, go watch
I'm,
Magical Girl
I'm
Lieutenant.
sorry, I
It's
can't
fantastic.
fathom 7.8 billion
No.
people.
Yeah, well, you should.
Dude,
Clearly
know
they
how
need to
I
go
feel?
watch. They need to go watch Gushing Over Magical Girl. That is
You know how like the lesbian Gundam came out recently, or not recently? It's been like 2 years, I think. But like,
Yeah, WFM.
Yeah.
but like, yeah, before that one, like everybody was like, dude, Gundam's like super like fucking right leaning. Like it's just Gundam had one of the
No,
first openly gay characters in the
bro.
fucking like anime
Gundam
sphere.
has consistently been one of the most progressive anime series.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like fucking Turn A had like the first openly gay man out there.
Yeah. Which I forgot, and then I had to go look up some
and
scenes. Like, oh yeah, no, that was just there.
I think we had this conversation before.
We did.
Yeah. And like the wildest thing was the fact that this
Was Witch from
motherfucker was
Mercury
a
good?
normal.
From what I've heard, yeah.
Which from
I
Mercury
heard
is
decent, yeah.
it's pretty solid. The ending is a disappointment because, as it turns out, I can't remember the writer's name, but he wrote Code Geass. He can't handle 50 episodes, and he can't handle 26. We need to give him a weird number to make a story in to see if it fits.
15. Give him 15.
Clearly, it has to be a prime
13.
number.
No, you don't understand. 26 is too little, 50 is too much.
Give him 42. 42.
Give him one of those really weird numbers. Let's see what happens if we give him 35 or 42? Like what do we get?
No, clearly he needs 31 episodes.
39.
Unironically, Sneaky, people were pretty sure if he'd been given 5 extra episodes, it would have had a better ending with a better
What can I
resolution.
say? I'm just that good. I'm
like,
just that good.
Like, the problem with Witch from Mercury is everything just like you get to the last like 2 episodes and you're like, wait, there's still like this, and this that we have to deal with, and it's like, and Plato Lightspeed.
Yeah.
I mean, it suffers a problem with many Gundam shows.
Yeah, like it's literally the fucking Iron Blade Orphans shit.
No,
right?
it doesn't suffer a problem with many Gundam shows. What are you talking about?
Not many, like I'd
I'm
honestly say
Nose is saying it like, what are you talking about?
Nose is just trying to say
it's been a
something
bit of a
smart
weird
talking
thing.
out of his ass. Don't worry about it.
As someone who has watched every
I'll
single,
give this-
I've watched every single Gundam animation you can reasonably get your hands on, and there's like 3 things I can't because they're con exclusive from like the mid 2000s.
I mean, Max, there is like a recent problem that's happening with like Gundam trying to like speed shit
What
up,
the fuck?
like narrative.
What the fuck?
If given
How
the
does
narrative, could be
that
something pretty
work?
fucking
Okay,
incredible.
so
No, narrative could never have been anything but recycled.
Char's counterattack narrative,
Yeah.
and now I can add Witch from Mercury
I think
to the
there's
list
also
of Gundams with weird pacing problems that
I
needed
might
more
just be
time.
thinking of
no.
recent
Iron
ones.
Blood
then.
Orphans, Iron Blood Orphans as well.
Iron-Blooded Orphans
Awakening of the Trailblazer at the end of fucking 00.
No. Iron-Blooded Orphans ended fine. There were no speed issues. The problem was they dragged it on for too long.
Yeah, that's the
That's
opposite.
different from going too fast.
Yeah,
I was thinking things that
or too
needed more
slow.
time. IBO was given too much time.
I was probably thinking of just more recent things. I apologize to Max.
Awakening the Trailblazer was a great movie until the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
It needed to be 2 movies.
Yeah.
However,
that's the other
there was
Gundam issues also letting shit cook too much. Literally everything seen.
yeah,
These aren't even
that's
good
an opposite
ideas.
problem.
And it's a pacing issue at the end of the day.
Gundam After War X actually had something interesting where they were told they had to wrap up with 9 less episodes than normal.
Mhm.
So at a certain point, suddenly the pacing massively picked up, but it was handled super well because most everything else had been kept on a pretty tight leash for loose ends.
Yeah.
What
I think
the
with Gundam,
fuck?
there's also the fact that like the moment they started like
What? You don't like
shit
Emerson Bakugo? You guys don't like Emerson Bakugo?
No. An angelic hero by the shape of evil. Hey, Sign, you have some fucking competition.
What?
Oh?
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
What is he? Is he fetishizing kids?
No, because Sign
Fuck off.
real is
Ultra Kill.
Sign. Sin
Ultra
is
Kill
real.
MHA.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm making a reference to
Okay.
Sign's name. Okay.
Yeah.
That
Shape of
should
Evil
be...
is writing a angelic hero. So yes, I'm aware it's supposed to be a
Mm.
crossover, but hey ho,
Okay.
I don't think there's an Ultra Kill section. So
Probably not.
Mijuku
However,
Zorkia.
that should be a 5,000 word one shot and
Yeah,
nothing
well,
else. And
it's
should
not.
Be
It's
parody.
100k words.
No,
you
it
will
should...
now answer the will of God.
probably-
Izuku expected to perish when he fell from the top of the building. The last thing he expected was
He
to
became
come face to
Gabriel.
face with an angel. He may not understand what is expected of him, but that won't stop him from going beyond plus ultra, and he's got some cool wings and a halo out of it. Izuku times Shiozaki.
Who the fuck is Shiozaki?
Which one's Shiozaki?
That's the
Shizaki's
church girl in
the-
Class 1B, the one with the vine hair.
Yeah,
She's
the
the one who
vine
plays
hair
and
who's
is
religious.
Character?
What?
Yeah.
Yes, she showed up in the sports festival
Wait.
against Leader, where
Oh.
she got
I
immediately
guess she has
She was their
a
raised
warrior.
speed.
Halo, right? Did she praise
She's the religious one, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
Ah.
that's right.
Oh yeah, I forgot
That-
that thing existed.
But
So-
the only thing that makes Gabriel hard is losing, so it doesn't really work out, does it?
Mm.
You know, in Ultra Kill, the only time we like literally see like a fucking shred of any emotion that's not anger from Gabriel is when he loses and he goes like, "This is my blood." So I'm like, yeah.
Sneaky. My Hero Academia, but for some reason Izuku finds Frostmourne.
Oh god, no.
Mm.
Oh god, no. That's just ugh.
Izuku, what are you doing? Succeeding,
my
you
brother.
all might.
Ugh. Succeeding, you all might. Rams
This
Claymore
sounds personal.
through all
This
might.
This entire province must be purged.
This entire
Uh-oh.
prefecture must be purged.
Why Stain's been
How
there
could
too
you
long?
do this?
Stain is hiding amongst the populace and they're supporting him. We must destroy the populace to root out Stain.
Oh, wait, no.
The Nomu virus. It's infected them all. Soon they will all turn.
We must
that a
destroy
thing?
them before they can become Nomu.
Even the
Tension
women and
woke up and
children, they
just-
must all be purged.
Oh my god.
I want to be clear. I understand that's an incredibly stupid, idiotic story idea, and you would only ever play that for absolute crack shit post laugh.
Like,
Hey man,
it's,
like
yeah,
this man
the dumbest
seems
shit
to have
ever.
made a 13-chapter story out of like Gabriel Ultra Kill being Izuku. So honestly, anything that's cracked
We-
apparently can be kind of wrung out into a story if you try hard enough.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm gonna make this fucking Jack shit
Insert
crack, where he just, like,
everyone's
goes and
favorite
starts killing
small
villains.
green boy. No one, he's no
No-
one's
no
favorite
one's-
small
no.
green boy. And
Like,
boom,
you'd
you
have to
my
have-
fic idea.
You'd have to have a personality of asphalt to go like, yeah, my favorite fucking protagonist is Izuku Midoriya.
Oof.
Yeah, you have to be more masochistic
You know
than
what?
Sign.
Honestly,
Excuse you?
you should just go a layer deeper and just say, "Oh yeah, my favorite protagonist is One for All,"
My favorite food
because the quirk
is
has more
bread with
personality than
mayonnaise
he
on it.
does.
Yeah.
I love to eat ice.
I really just wanted to make a story where Izuku was just built different from his classmates. Well, then just make him built different. Make him built like Jack Reacher. Like, bro,
Yes,
like,
guys.
come on. Fucking everyone's
guys,
showing
no,
up as
I'm
small,
telling you, the
tiny
world-
Japanese boy, and fucking Izuku's just Jack Reacher.
couldn't-
Like,
Bill,
it's just
He
like-
shows up in like compression
Wait,
t-shirt. They're like, why are
wait.
you not wearing the fucking uniform? They couldn't find one that fit me.
right?
Wait,
Like,
built
his arms are
different.
bigger than the
Don't-
torso.
But Izuku's already built different. He's built wrong. That's the entire reason he's
Bro is
quirkless.
built wrong.
That's the entire reason he's quirkless.
Yeah,
He's already built wrong.
real, yeah. At least
Yeah.
Ruby has a personality like in the Tyrion fight.
Oh, what the fuck is
That is such a
I don't
great
even
edit.
know.
Holy shit.
That's actually pretty solid.
You know what?
I'm
You know
pretty sure I've
what?
seen that exact crossover before as well. Damn.
I think-
Sneaky, does that
Uh,
abomination exist?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it exists.
God.
Yes.
Oh, it
Oh, it
exists
exists.
somewhere.
Yes, it does.
And
That
it's,
is-
it's as dog shit as you think it was.
It's
I hate,
that's
like-
such a shame. Like that is a perfect power to give Izuku.
I was gonna say that's
A
basically
super
just
analyzer.
Yeah.
it's just like, hey, how do I How do I use this alien's power? I must study it endlessly.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this is except guys, he just keep pulling forearms every time he could and punch and go. I have 4 arms. I can be 4 All Mights.
He's just trying to see how fucking All Might's powers like work with all these people.
Crossover. Doctor Mother, you are perfect for Cauldron.
Oh, case 53.
You know what? They absolutely would.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Have you guys seen online
like
the Power Wankers who go Ben 10 would beat Goku because of the Omnitrix?
Yeah, dude, Ben 10 fans are more fucking like demented than Dragon Ball Z fans.
Ben 10 fans are just fucking cooked because everyone's like,
they literally never grew up.
People seem to forget that.
Yeah,
but people seem to forget that Goku, even if Ben 10 got Saiyan powers, which is a big part of their argument along with Alien X, he can fight. Ben can't.
Yeah.
Goku knows how to fight. He was trained by Roshi. He knows fighting styles.
Yeah.
Black, I've heard that watch of yours can let you be pretty strong. Let me fight you.
The argument has to be he gets the strongest alien, which is Alien X, and then he has to somehow convince the 2 dickheads sharing the brain space that yes, we want to beat this guy before he pulverizes my insides.
Except Goku would get bored of him doing nothing and go off to find some food.
Yeah, pretty much. And then they
it's still a victory. That it's still a victory. Goku defaulted.
No, even if it defaults, like the thing with Goku, most people don't realize is that people always fight at the level.
I don't know. I think AFKing for more than 5 minutes disqualifies you from the game. So I think Ben going AFK first.
But the problem is Alien X is probably on the same power level as Zeno.
Also, like, Alien X would probably have to kill someone that Goku cares about for Goku to actually, like...
Go serious.
Yeah. No, if the premise is Goku wants to fight someone with access to thousands of different power sets, yeah, that works. But if it's Goku wants to fight the strongest thing in that watch, it's not gonna work because the thing doesn't really fight, and it's just another Lord Zeno.
Also, I don't know, was that Fanon where I saw, because I haven't been kept up with Ben 10, wasn't there an episode where Ben ended up in Alien X versus the other aliens from the fucking Omnitrix? And because he was too busy arguing with those 2 voices, the other aliens were beating his fucking ass?
Yes.
That sounds like it could be in the show or in a fanfic. I'm gonna be real here.
So like
that absolutely sounds
it was
like
animated.
Setup.
It was animated. I remember it was animated. I just didn't know if it was from a show or fan animation.
The problem
in total.
The problem with the written form of the watch is that time is very hard to display.
Because he only has 10 minutes, I believe, as each alien, right?
Time is very hard to display in the written word. And it's very hard to tell people without saying 5 minutes have passed, 10 minutes has passed, how much time has actually passed. Because the thing is that when you are working on a visual medium, you can just have him, like either it can be a really dramatic moment in the fight, and they can be like, 10 minutes passed, like, they've been like dodging a bunch, and that's like 10 minutes, guys, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess, yeah, fine. But when you're reading it, your scaling of time is so much different than an actual, visual medium. And so you trying to impart the time limit
in written form,
it just doesn't work out ever. And then on top of that,
rough.
every author and their mother wants to use Ben 10, where he's got Ben 10,000's aliens, and he's got all the aliens for every single time, except actually, it always ends up either being only the canon aliens, or it ends up being...
We're just ignoring that for now.
Yeah, or it ends up being some sort of OC alien that's got, like, craptacular powers of OP-ness, and Ben just completely stomps, or whoever gets the watch just totally stomps with it. And so it's super hard to balance, because again, another part of the written aspect of it, because when you're doing an action scene in, say, a TV show, I mean, this is a great example. Look at women fighting a TV show. No one really cares that the woman in the fight scene that just happened would have been thrown around like a goddamn rag doll and would not have beat those 6 highly trained men. Who are
yes, that
300 pounds
animation
more
from the
than
other
him.
day.
Yeah, from the other day, yeah. No one cares about that because it looks really cool, right?
Yeah. Rule of cool works, man.
Rule of cool works, but rule of cool doesn't work when you have to describe everything. When you have to sit there and explain everything you're doing, people have the time to think and read it and go, wait a second, that doesn't sound right.
Plus, it doesn't. Also, rule of cool also doesn't make sense when Dante or Virgil from DMC keeps randomly showing up. The amount of times I've seen across a fic where someone got something like Omnitrix or the power to change to alien character or something, and all of a sudden he's just, hey, I'm now Virgil, or I'm now Dante, or I summon them as an ally.
Oh yeah,
why?
using the watch to be
Where the
able
fuck
to
does
turn
this
into
come
a
from?
bunch of characters from a different shows. Oh my, I've seen that before. Oh my god, it's just always so bad.
I remember a Final Fantasy fic I once read in my very first years of reading fan fiction, where it was a Final Fantasy VIII fic, and the guy just summoned Dante in a Cadillac, coming to run people over.
Man, that definitely beats Bahamut, doesn't it?
Yeah, he also has guns that he shoots people with. And I was just reading that, I was like, who the fuck is this
also,
guy?
Dante in a Cadillac is, that's the fucking anime Dante, right?
Oh yeah, Girl Fights got bigger guys thing. That was done really well in Hit Girl. Yeah, I really liked that.
And
it was great choreography.
Well, it was kick-ass, but the character is Hit Girl doing it.
Yeah, I know.
In the second one and in the first one, they actually pick her up and toss her around, and she gets her ass beat if she tries to go 1-to-1 with them, unless she's got her sword or her pistol.
Or doing leverage shit like, you know.
Or doing leverage shit like
I'm
the
going
GIF,
to hit you with my full 80 pounds, because that's 80 pounds, just hitting you in the chest.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm going to
guys, I can
mule
officially
kick
say
you in the chest.
I can officially say the author I was talking about stopped writing fan fiction in 2016 because I just remembered his name.
Oh. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Damn, it's been a while since I've seen that guy.
My name is Josh Ryu Kitsune. And he's got a Final Fantasy 14 avatar, because you can tell by the
this guy was like 2009, 2010, one of my intros to fanfiction.
He has a harem. If you scroll down, my harem.
Yes.
Ollie the Nine-Tailed Fox from League of Legends. Essie and Tiny Baby.
The Nine-Tailed Fox from League of Legends? Yo, wait, what?
Why does he have 5 slots open?
The 5th one is Elsa from Disney's Frozen.
I know, but why are there still 5 slots open, bro? What is wrong?
He's still looking for entrance.
Oh god! Wait, he's Australian! Oh no!
Be deleted.
Down under.
Hobart, Tasmania in Australia. Oh god. Thank god he's on the smallest piece of shit down south.
The Nine-Tailed Celestial Hero. Naruto with crossover with Dragon Ball Z, Final Fantasy, Star Wars, and Devil May Cry.
Listen.
I'm sorry, fucking what?
He's got a community. He's got a community just for his own self-insert stories.
Yeah.
In a brutal attack, Naruto's soul was separated from his body, and a new soul is needed to fuse with the rapidly deteriorating body before it explodes from the intense pressure the Kyuubi's devil energy has on the seal. What?
Do you know what the best part is? Throughout the fic, he's got a big TV with video games, and the Naruto characters play themselves in Naruto Ninja Storm.
Of course they do. That's a very now to be fair, that's a very Japanese thing. They do that in Game Freak. In the Pokemon games where you pick up and play like Pokemon Red in like Pokemon Heart Gold and shit.
In Chapter 10, Ultimate Weapon just shows up for some reason and he destroys it in one hit.
Oh, of course, yeah, obviously. I am chosen, and so I become the new Naruto. From there, I make friends and enemies, and I find a secret training room and become the guardian of Fire Country.
Man, this guy just like, I think like 2016, somebody must have given him like a wake up call. Like, you're not like fucking Jin Kazama over the fuck you think you are.
Bro,
Just
someone finally
stop.
sent Bro a pipe bomb.
I think
No,
he either just
no,
quit
they didn't get a job.
fanfiction or he just died because not a single one of his favorites either or anything is, and he hasn't been on I think since 2016. Yeah,
Maybe he
Now
just
he's
whole ass
like,
abandoned it.
Just
Like-
read his description. He's written like descriptive stuff. I'm roughly 5'11" manlet. I have jaw length black hair. I have brown eyes. I'm currently 27. My favorite food is chips, sausage, and potatoes too. So I know how he looks already.
Oh,
homemade chicken.
KFC! Oh, okay, yeah.
He's right, so medium rare steak, Pringles chips, toasted tuna, or chicken sandwiches, cookies and cream, ice cream, fried chicken, and vinegar strips. Pizza, meat, curry, sausage, and egg muffins. I already know how he looks.
Yeah,
I'll be very fucking honest.
Yeah.
Bro's
yeah,
got 3
same.
chins.
yeah. He's
I
5'11"
can't believe
with...
it. The triple chin.
See, my favorite is like
Bro
The
couldn't grow
triple
any more
chin.
inches in height and decided to grow more inches in width.
This guy's 5'11" in width.
Yeah.
hold up.
So a dwarf walks into a bar and announces that he's 4'12", and those are 2 separate measurements. Oh my god. He is him. It's Lardertoe.
God damn.
Larder toe, you fucking.
I have Malardy, a plate of McDonald's, and I have never seen my feet.
The plate of McDonald's.
Oh,
God.
He can't add his cock size to his about me because he's never seen it.
Oh.
oh.
Why have you done this?
Because I had a flashback of repressed memories and I had to share them.
My
Suffer
top 10 game
endlessly.
guys, my
didn't
top 10
have
game
to.
guys are Vincent Valentine, Garrus Vakarian, Male Hawk from Dragon Age 2, Riku from Kingdom Hearts, Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden. Yeah, I already know what this man looks like.
Yeah. I'm
Imagine,
sorry, my favorite
imagine liking
wait,
Riku.
my favorite games are Mass Effect, Dragon Age, Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Uncharted, Pokemon, Naruto Ninja Storm, Until Dawn, Need for Speed, and Persona 4.
I can imagine that
Yeah.
he's writing fanfiction instead of playing games on his PlayStation 5.
You know what? I feel like Need
think
for
you could afford
Speed is the
one?
least played of those 10.
Oh well.
Top 10 movies. Bro, I
Wait,
haven't
he
even heard of
specifically-
any of
He
these.
specifically had to put core games for Pokemon because he doesn't play any of the mystery dungeon or any of the side content.
Yeah, he doesn't play the good Pokemon game.
Summer Wars I know of, but I didn't think it was a movie. I knew there was a video game series on, I believe.
My
Da Vinci
top
Code, I
10
know.
anime girls.
Yeah.
Hinata,
Mhm.
Princess Vivi,
Kurumi.
Kurumu,
Testarossa from Full Metal Panic.
Polo, the Demon King, Rias, Matsu, Rin. Man, you know, I'm starting to get a feel he has a certain type.
Is it garbage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Not Hollow. Hollow's cool.
No, Hollow
yeah.
is fine.
Holo's fine.
We shall accept your Hollow, but we do not grant you the rank of master.
He put Hollow at number 5. He doesn't deserve it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. To the dungeon with you.
No.
Top 10 anime guys are the Kyuubi, who's sexist, Dante from the Devil May Cry anime, Zorro.
Oh my god, I still remember there was like this fucking wave of people making QB female.
Games
Oh,
I'm
that
waiting.
hasn't stopped.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, you know that this guy never updated his profile again. Games I'm waiting to come out. No Man's Sky.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I think
Well, I
that's
mean,
Persona
technically,
5.
you could say that it wasn't out
Bro.
until recently.
like I think that's what did
Since
him
when
in.
was
That's what did
Rias
him in.
garbage? Okay, are we really gonna get into this?
Oh.
Fine.
Wait,
Alright.
He was waiting on Tekken 7 and Persona 5 or something. Jesus.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
That's what did
3.
him in.
Final Fantasy 15.
Oh.
This
My
man was
favorite
apparently a
Naruto
dynasty.
pairing is
Oh,
Naruto
no, he's
female
got
Kyuubi.
balls.
Naruto,
My favorite Naruto pair is me times Femkayubi.
Yeah.
Damn.
We grant you the weight.
You know
what?
I respect the
was
honesty it
slip
takes
of the
to admit
tongue, I'm
I
sorry.
made this OC as my dream girl, but holy shit, you don't
We
just say
grant you
that.
the weight of All Might. We do not give you the height, but we only grant you the height of a Hobbit.
Yeah. Like, current anime series watching is Naruto, Shippuden, and One Piece, and he's probably still fucking watching one of those.
I just feel at this point he's dead. Like, either like No Man's Sky or Persona get him in.
I think
cringed
he's dead.
so hard he died when he finally realized just how bad he was.
Happens.
I spend my time
usernames
playing
used on this
video
stuff.
game. Hey, you can go check him out. He lives in Hobart.
Yeah,
Alright, we go right now.
Also, past usernames used on this site: Josh Stripe and White Kyubi.
Yeah.
He's a character in fucking Final Fantasy XIV Realm Reborn, Kitsune Stormweaver, and Celesta Stormweaver.
Wait, isn't Josh Stripe that one fucking YouTuber?
Josh Stripe
He's not the same person, I don't think so.
Probably not the same guy.
He's
let's
pretty
see.
like taller than 6, yeah.
He has list your favorite characters and acts if you're actually in the game and anime. What? Wait, what? Oh, this is so bad. I'm actually gonna clip and post this.
Oh no, you're going to his fucking lodestone, huh? No, don't go there. Go to his logs.
Yeah, lodestone or wait.
Lodestone just shows you the character and what it's done. Logs show you how good you are at the game.
How do you get to the log?
Oh.
Give me his character name. I'll find it.
Okay, yeah, sure. It's here's the server and character name.
Guys, his schizophrenia makes it so that he's actually connected to the anime characters.
We're about to roast this motherfucker alive.
If this dude did not parse, if he did not parse, I am making fun of him.
And you know what? I say that as a competent dragoon. I only die every other boss encounter.
Okay, so there's no character and his name on the fucking lodestone?
Celesta Stormweaver as well.
Ooh.
I'll just write it down somewhere. I'm checking if I have logs in my meanwhile.
Yeah. Here, let me try this one as well.
Nope, the only Kisses Stormweavers are Admantoys, Leviathan, Midgard Storm, Admantoys.
Oh, so that character's just gone then. That character's just gone then.
No, that's what people do when like. Yeah. The next is Stormweaver, right?
Yeah. Tomberry is the world. It's not.
Yeah, Tomberry is the world. I know. It's literally on the like it's on like SCAJP.
Man, this guy has got man. This dude's quotes are cringe.
Okay, no, I can't get Celesta. Found Celesta Stormweaver.
Okay.
Post pictures.
Okay, not a single log. That's hold up. I'll just.
No logs. Bro didn't
I'm checking
play.
how far. Like, okay, so, Shadowbringers. Nothing here either.
If you've got no logs, it's because you haven't played since they implemented the log system.
No, the logs have been implemented to the second, expansion.
Really? Yeah.
The only reason you have no logs.
They don't have any logs.
Yeah. Like so, either this character. So no, this character's glam is way too good for it not to be like at max level.
Bro might be dead.
Yeah, possibly. Sneaky. The favorite quote's the 6th one and the last one.
I know. If you want to know the truth, you must have the courage to accept it. That's the dumbest fucking quote in existence. No, you don't need to have the courage to accept the truth to learn it. Like that is so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
We are.
Is that an astrologer?
No, that's the thing. It's so old that no items found.
Yeah,
so,
I'll get to that, Killing. Who we are is but a stepping stone to what we can become. Slogan from Deus Ex Human Revolution. That's not a great quote. I mean, it's all right, but it's like that's like basic shit of who we are today is what we can become tomorrow. It's
also
okay.
I just want to point out you probably don't want to be quoting that from Deus Ex.
Yeah.
You don't really learn how to.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's rewind.
Until you learn to drive.
What's one of the key plot points of Deus Ex?
Number one, that's
genetic manipulation by a bunch of evil rich cultists.
Number two,
here's a quote. Here's one of his favorite quotes. It's from him.
Yeah.
True love
No.
isn't meant to be eternal, but infinite while it lasts.
Oh, shut the
You
fuck up.
can't say your own
Guys-
shit is a
Oh,
favorite.
Oh yeah,
I hit
guys,
some weed,
guys,
dude.
it gets worse. It gets
I hit
worse.
some weed, dude. I'm deep.
We, guys, it gets worse. We authors are powerful beings indeed. We can manipulate space and time. We can create life and also take it away on a whim. We can forge powerful armor and weapons made for deities. The laws of physics are ours to manipulate. We can bring whole universes into being. Interdimensional travel is as simple as breathing. Even immortality is within easy grasp for us. We
You're
are
hurting my
gods
soul,
and
brother.
goddesses of our created worlds.
Oh,
Josh Ryu
God.
Kitsune, aka Commander
That's
Kitsune me.
so cringe.
I came
That's
back
like,
at bad
You can
time.
create
oh,
yes, you
God,
did.
that is so bad.
That is his own quote. That's the very last quote.
Wait,
of his
are you
favorite
really
quotes.
gonna say this is a good quote? Are you fucking serious, bro? Darkness cannot be destroyed. It can only be channeled. It can absolutely be destroyed.
It's
Yeah.
called light.
It's called picking up a
Just sign
fucking
up for
light.
the
Like,
darkness.
holy
Light
shit, are you
Doesn't destroy
retarded?
Darkness, it makes more.
Wait, no, he's got a
Behold,
third
I
one.
have the ultimate power of darkness. I cast light. Wait, no, you're not supposed to be able to do that.
Okay, so, like, if you want to get philosophical about it, sure, you can't eliminate darkness entirely. There's always going to be some darkness because light will always cast a shadow. But the point being, though, is that you can absolutely make a dark room light. You can fucking take a
Yeah.
light out, and you can make a majority of the room bright.
In
They
fact,
don't go
if
under
you
dark.
buy, you know what? If you go ahead and buy 2 lights, guess what? You can pretty effectively eliminate shadow from that room.
But
One of his favorite
if you want
quotes
to be
is
philosophical,
Ezio
about
just reciting the Assassin fucking Creed.
of
Oh,
course
shut
he
the
is.
fuck
Of
up.
course it is. If
Yeah.
you want to be philosophical about, oh, can't destroy darkness, it's eternal and shit like that, it's like, yes, no, obviously it's eternal.
I
But
will
that's
never
literally the
forgive
point.
Assassin's Creed.
Freedom is the light, okay? You have to constantly fight for freedom. You are in a losing battle to be free. Always. You always are. You are in a losing battle to keep the light going. You always will be. Because darkness doesn't take energy. Light does. That's if you want to get philosophical about it. That's how you make a fucking quote. You absolute shit ass don't understand fucking jack shit, fanfic writing, KFC eating dipshit.
Listen, man,
Damn,
like
Sneaky,
he's
you gotta
rolled
hit
his...
him in the diet.
Hey, guys, did you see the character questionnaire near the end?
I don't even...
That's
I'm
a
too
cute
scared.
opinion. Did a YouTuber give it to you? Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes you put walls up not to keep people out, but to see who cares enough to break them down. Probably by
You
him
shut
again.
your
You shut
goddamn
the
Also,
fuck
no.
up.
That is-
Whoa.
God, that is so okay. That is so damaging on just so.
That's just
many
being an
levels. Like,
asshole,
It's
okay?
woman logic.
That's just being an asshole.
Mm.
When you're
This thing in my
thirsty,
head
it
hurts.
seems like you could drink the entire ocean. That's faith. When you start to drink and only finish a glass or two, that's science.
What?
What?
No?
Anton
you-
Chekhov. Anton
So,
Chekhov.
do we get the stick that makes him stop being cringe yet?
Oh,
I
don't
Well,
worry.
there
He's
is-
about
well,
to
the thing
quote
is-
Neil Gaiman, so...
He's probably
Well,
dead.
no, there are two
Don't you
quotes.
fucking drag Neil into this?
There are two quotes that I'll say are good in this entire thing, and one's from Hollow and the other's from BlazBlue.
Well, that's because
Imagine-
Hollow
let's-
has fire opinions, so, you know...
Yeah,
that-
men are
that's-
idiots for getting jealous, and women are idiots for getting happy about it. Hollow, Spice, and Wolf.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Jin Kisaragi, BlazBlue, Alter Memory. When you adhere to something that is enormous, the more massive it is, the more you lose sight of what's around you.
Exactly.
That is a decent one. Oh, there's
Yeah.
also Lincoln.
Let's see, Neil Gaiman says, I've been making a list of things they don't teach you at school. They don't teach you how to love somebody. You don't teach someone how to love someone.
No.
You
You learn that
They
yourself
don't
or
teach you
teach
how
it
to be
yourself?
famous. Why would you need to teach people how to be famous? That's not a
Not
goal.
everyone can be famous. Not everyone can be.
Yeah.
They don't teach you how to be rich or how to be poor.
or how to
Yes,
be
they
poor.
do,
Actually,
actually.
they do teach you
do.
how to be rich and poor. They teach you how to be rich and poor very easily. So,
Mhm.
they teach you how to be rich by teaching you absolutely nothing,
And if you realize that they're teaching you absolutely nothing, you learn skills that aren't what they're teaching you, and then you're rich. And they teach you how to be poor, because if you're too stupid to realize they're not actually teaching you anything, then you get to be the factory worker for the guy who realized they weren't teaching you anything.
That's deep. You should make that a quote.
Yeah, I should put that a quote on my profile.
They don't teach you how to walk away from someone you don't love any longer.
Hey,
you gotta
wait a
teach
minute.
yourself that.
Hang
They
on a
don't teach you
minute.
how to
They
walk
taught
away
me
from
how to make a
someone.
sick-ass macro that draws a dick in Excel.
Exactly. They don't teach you how to know what's going on in someone's mind. Actually, they do
That's-
teach you how to know what's
and
going
that's
on in
called
someone's mind.
socializing.
Yeah,
That's
it's called
socializing.
socializing.
Impossible.
They don't teach you what to say to someone who's dying. Why would the
Everyone's got
public
new
school
things. Everything's got
need
their
to
own
teach that?
things to fucking teach that. Everyone's got their own thing to say to someone who's dying. You can't teach that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's
If anything, they
not
could teach you
true.
not what to say. Don't
No,
say,
here's the-
"Oh, thank God you're dead."
well, no,
Right.
that's not technically true because like the last half of what this man is claiming, that's what you go to psych courses for. Like
Neil
every
Gaiman.
single one of these.
Neil Gaiman continues to
is-
say they don't teach you anything worth knowing. That is factually false. There's a lot of things actually worth knowing that they teach you in school. It's just you just have to recognize what is and isn't worth knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like also that changes from person to person as well. Like
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need to know this advanced trig later in my life, but my friend going into engineering or one of the like real heavy sciences, yeah, he needs that advanced trig.
Like, they've
Well,
got
it's
a
not
quote
just that.
from Winston Churchill, but it's not from Churchill. It's from General Landry from Stargate Atlantis quoting Churchill.
Oh my
Nice.
god.
Oh
Nice.
god.
Meeting you was fate, becoming
No, he
your
wants
friend was a
specific
choice,
and
but
angry word.
falling in love with you I had no control over. From Neil
Remember
Gaiman.
to watch out for
Fucking
the
Neil
weasel.
Gaiman, I swear to God. That's such a dog shit quote. Oh, I
Sorry,
didn't have
I mean,
control
I'm
over
pretty sure
falling in
Neil
love with you.
Gaiman
Yes, you
didn't really
fucking did.
mean it to be a quote.
Guys,
You can
he's got a-
literally
program.
gaslight yourself into loving someone. It is the easiest shit ever. We have multiple psychological analysis about it. We have a whole fucking dating strategy about it.
You know what the
Like,
say? Simple is easy.
You can absolutely control who you fall in love with.
Guys, he read Eat, Pray, Love. He's got a quote for it in his favorite quotes.
Oh, I'm sure he does. There are men who struggle against destiny, yet achieve only an early grave. There are men who fear destiny, only have to swallow it whole. And there are men who embrace destiny and do not fear it. They are the ones who change the world forever. The narrator from Dragon Age 2. Dragon Age 2. That's the game you fucking quoted. Are you shitting me?
Oh,
The
yeah, one of
most
his favorite
dog
characters
shit
is from
of the
Dragon Age
three.
2.
Yeah,
One
no.
of his favorite
you're right.
characters is the Dragon Age 2 character, so yeah, Hawk or whatever. I don't know, I don't
Yeah, I
know.
know.
It's
That's
about
Hawk's one of my favorite characters.
Sneaky, it's no longer about to be the most dog shit one.
I know, right?
Well,
But
Yeah,
the point
so
being, though,
bad.
like,
finally starting to get a hang of what kind of ads to give us.
oh yeah,
They've given us an ad for stain and odor remover.
amazing.
But if they remove the odor, how will
At
we
least
keep
it's not
Sneaky's Papa
skincare.
Nurgle?
I'm gonna laugh if
but-
this ad break includes skincare.
So, I hate this quote from Dragon Age 2 because it's actually the opposite. The men who fight against destiny without fear are the ones that change the world. People didn't think you would be able to sail to the west of Europe and get anywhere.
That's because people thought
No.
the fucking world was flat and you would fall off the edge.
But that's
think
the
you meant-
point!
Wait,
That's
no,
the
Sneaky, I think
point.
you mean those who embrace destiny. You said those who struggle against it do not show their fear.
Yes,
don't show
people who struggle against their destiny. There is
Yeah.
a bunch of poor fucking peasants in Europe who heard that there might be land west, and they said, fuck this shit, I'm packing up everything I own with my family, we're going on this boat. There is no guarantee we're even going to find land, let alone that it's going to be inhabitable by the time we get there, or that we're going to have enough food to even make it there, but I'm not going to be a fucking peasant here in Europe 1 second longer.
Yeah.
If I have to listen to King James say one more fucking word.
Yo, LeBron James.
And those
If
people
I have to hear about
founded this fucking
European,
country. So yes,
If I have to
fighting
hear
your
one more
destiny-
musical number,
fighting your destiny and not showing fear is how you succeed in changing things. Fighting
Yeah.
destiny and fearing it and whatever else, that's how you succumb to it. Fearing destiny and just getting fucking beat around by it, that's how you succumb to it. Yeah, but people who accept their destiny and don't show fear for it, you know where they end up? Middle management.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
And you know what they do when they hit middle management and they're 40 years old and they realize that they have nothing going for their lives because they just accepted everything that came at them?
Have a midlife
They
crisis.
go out and buy a car. They go out and
Yeah, good
get a
old
second
Porsche.
wife. And then they get some meth. And then they crash the car with their second wife and the meth.
Mm-hmm.
I love being an
Sounds
NPC.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's the type of
That's
person
why I
when
hate
he's told to
fucking
eat the
bugs.
bugs, he'll eat them happily.
Yeah, he'll fucking eat the bugs. He'll do everything. And then he'll just be like, why is my life bad? I accepted everything. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
The kids are calling me old.
Oh, wow. Wait, one of these quotes is written on a wall somewhere in the USA.
I was gonna say most of these quotes are probably written on a bathroom stall.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You've created the perfect conditions for a janitor to want to kill himself.
My
Kipling,
personal
Ra-
definition of fan fiction is what if
Rudyard.
stories about my favorite things. I mean,
The definition of fan
yes,
fiction?
but
I guess
like not
technically, yeah.
really though. Like fan fiction, yes, they're about your favorite things, but they're not always what if stories, right? Like I wouldn't call a one-shot Naruto Hinata story post Naruto the Last. I wouldn't call a one-shot Naruto Hinata story about them going out and having a dinner date a what if story. But it's still being written by a fan. It's still fan fiction. But I also, at the same time, wouldn't call a Naruto story with no powers, no chakra, modern AU a fan fiction just because you say Naruto's your favorite series. Because clearly,
if true,
it's not. Oh, it's a what if story of what if Naruto had none of the characteristics of Naruto, with none of the setting of Naruto, and none of the characters of Naruto. Well, then it's not fucking Naruto. I hate this shit, man. Why is every author we encounter just like the most unfiltered dipshit ever?
you know why, Sneaky.
I know.
No,
Because
why
the
is this author a dipshit? Because the people who are writing these stories are not happy people.
Because the gene pool requires additional pylons.
Damn, Civilization 5, that was the shit. Build
Is
courage when
Are you
courage
that
seems
depressed
to
by that?
fail.
You're just gonna go talk about Civilization now?
No, literally he quotes it. Build
Yeah,
courage
quotes
when
the
courage
five.
seems
Oh.
to
Okay,
fail.
look.
Regain faith for when there seems to be little cause. Create hope when hope becomes forlorn. Civilization
Honestly,
5.
based on his
Actually a fire
profile,
quote.
I would have expected him to quote Hearts of Iron 4.
Okay, listen, what I will say is I was a much bigger fan
Was
of...
that game even out at the time this guy was active on fanfiction?
Civ 5? Bro, that was out in 2012, wasn't it?
No, Hearts of Iron 4.
Oh, no.
Hmm.
Yeah, Hearts of Iron 3 was 2016. I see, I don't even know who you're talking about. Pension. You just threw a Japanese name at me. You have to narrow it down there, bud. A wise king never looks for a fight, but he should always be prepared for one. Odin to Thor. I mean, that's like the most basic bitch.
That's not even an Odin to Thor quote. That's just fucking...
Bro, that's like Sun Tzu saying, be where your enemy ain't.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Like that's literally like the most basic bitch military advice, life advice 101. How not to be a retard for dummies.
Which
they made a whole class
when
of
you
fight
fucking your
was not
enemy.
meant to be some amazing tome. It was literally how not to get your entire army killed for dumbasses.
Yeah, like
they made a fuck. Like it's
when
so old.
fighting
They made
the
a fucking
enemy,
class of
be
weapons
sure
about
to
it.
know who you're fighting. When you are fighting the enemy, make sure you know who you're fighting with on your side.
To be fair, the Japanese certainly had an issue with that.
I mean, okay, hang on. In fairness, this is the Three Kingdoms period.
Oh yeah, no, this is the Three Kingdoms. This is a good point.
Instructions unclear. Friendly casualties outweigh enemy casualties.
Instructions unclear. Civilians eaten.
Well, not just that, right? But it's the War of Three Kingdoms. The person that you're supposed to be fighting with could have changed in the last 17 seconds.
No, and that's completely fair. However, it is still a basic bitch quote of, yeah, this sounds cool, but it's like, yeah, when you throw a punch at someone, make sure you're punching the correct person. Oh man, that's such great advice. It's like, yeah, that's called fighting someone.
Sun Tzu once said, make sure you don't use nunchucks, otherwise you'll hit yourself in the balls, you fucking idiot.
When marching your army, be sure to remember to feed the army.
Amazing.
Yes. Armies don't just prop food
Remember,
out of nowhere, unless
just because they're peasants doesn't mean they don't need bread.
Now, to be fair though, he did have some wisdom on that, where he did try to explain the square cube law to people in that book, which is completely understandable, because it's a very hard concept for a lot of people to understand. There is a point in where you can't just make more caravans, because you do reach a point when, back in the day especially, in that you literally couldn't range your army farther, because you were having caravans to supply food to your caravans, so they could supply food to your army. And there just reaches a point where you can't just add more caravans.
I can always add more caravans!
Aura knows, for context, we know someone else on another server who gets very defensive. I don't know, again, I don't know what you... Every time history repeats itself, the price goes up. That's actually false. China's a pretty good example of that. China was killing a lot of people over and over again. And honestly, the amount of fatalities went from anywhere from 100k to 100 million.
Hey, should we trust this Lu Bu guy? He keeps betraying everybody. Nah, he'll be fine. 200,000. 200 casualties later.
Seems like a good guy.
Good chess players think 5 moves ahead, but great chess players think only 1 move ahead, and it's always the right move. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
No!
If
you only think 1 move ahead in chess, you lose.
The best chess players know every state the board could be in.
No,
and
see,
go from
moving
there.
one place ahead in chess
hey,
is
Max,
what's known as the...
It's your favorite sort of person, Max. Ethics are inconvenient.
So what I'm saying is we should not nail this person to a cross.
You know what? I might have to just go out and buy like a prop double barrel just so I can have the sound effect live on stream for moments like this.
Yeah.
That's very upsetting.
Yeah. When life gives you lemons, throw them at people. That's what I do.
If you're going to quote Cave Goddamn Johnson...
No, he's quoting Art Thief and Cal Lightman, the show Lie to Me.
God damn it.
I think that just broke at me slightly.
Yeah. Yeah.
He had no rebuttal for that.
I'm just so fucking angry.
Truth or happiness, never both. That is, again, factually incorrect. I'm very happy, and I also tell a lot of truth. I don't know.
You also tell a lot of lies. But...
No, to be fair,
Sneaky is absolutely gleeful, proving this quote wrong live on air.
Oh, absolutely.
To be fair, I don't think Sneaky does a lot of lying. I think Sneaky does a lot of fabricating memories unintentionally.
Yeah.
Making shit up.
Sneaky's also been guilty of exaggerating things at times.
I exaggerate for effect.
Not always. Sometimes you just exaggerate because you can't help yourself. You don't realize you've exaggerated until it's pointed out, and you're like, "Oh, it's still stupid, but okay." Like,
nothing is true. Everything is permitted. Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. Yeah, I mean, it's an okay quote from Lincoln.
That one's a fine quote.
Yeah,
there probably are better ones. Like, I don't know.
I honestly, I think this is one case where actually the cut down quote is a lot better. Of if you want to test a man's character, give him power. Like, that quote is a lot better than the longer version, which isn't often.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the quote after that one, he quotes it as unknown, but a very quick Google search reveals that it is from a Final Fantasy game. From a poem in a Final Fantasy game.
Oh, bro didn't want to reveal his power level.
You were active between the years 2007 and 2016. You know it was a powerhouse of a search engine as early as 2003? You fucking shitheel.
Oh god.
And it's not like people aren't gonna know fucking Final Fantasy, dude.
Oh yeah. God, don't quote Elysian Trail to me. Justice must be tempered with mercy, otherwise it's just revenge. No, it's fucking justice. If someone comes into my house and kills my family, it is justice for him to be killed in turn. I don't need mercy to make it justice. If you kill people, expect to be killed. That is literally how it goes. If you pose a threat to other people, expect other people to then pose the threat back to you, because you are now dangerous and you've let everyone know it.
I mean, Sneaky, it should be noted that the quote is, sometimes he tempered with mercy. The sword is admitting, no, sometimes you just gotta kill a bitch.
Well,
I'm pretty sure the context of that quote is, you gotta make sure that what you're doing fits the crime.
I really don't think so, because it's like, okay, but I'm not going to kill someone for stealing.
I haven't played Dust in a while.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't even remember this quote, and I feel like this quote would have stuck with me, which that could be the result of how long it's been since I played Dust, which is a solid indie game worked on by a single dude over the course of like what was it, like 3 to 6 years? But I don't even remember why he had the sword or what. I need to go replay that game.
But I just hate the quote. I just hate the quote's stupid.
I don't think the quote's wrong though. Like, it is possible for someone to take it too far. You wouldn't personally kill someone for stealing a piece of bread, but there are some people that would.
Right, but mercy has nothing to do with it.
No, there are times though, because there are absolutely times when the letter of the law would find someone guilty, but that is incorrect.
Right, but then it's not. Yes. But the problem, But the problem there is that the juxtaposition is that justice is revenge if you don't add mercy to the equation.
That's
true.
If the law,
justice must sometimes be tempered.
Right.
It's not saying every time, Sneaky.
Right, but Atin just said, "Oh, but if the law finds them guilty, then it's somehow not justice unless you show mercy."
No, I'm saying in order for justice, actual justice.
Right, but that's not what we're talking about here. That's not the point. The point is that the author is saying that if you don't add mercy to the equation sometimes, then it's not justice, it's revenge.
Are you still reading that guy's fucking profile?
Yes, because it's a philosophical
providing,
discussion that...
It's providing fantastic...
This is the
content
only
right
stream
now.
in the world where you can go from shitposting to talking philosophy.
Look, it's a philosophical discussion,
That's
and
not
philosophy is
true.
a
There's at least
heavy
one.
impact
I know.
on your
Takahata
writing
is streaming
style
right
and
now,
understanding.
proving wrong.
True. So, point being, though, is if in your example of by the letter of the law he was found guilty, then it's still not revenge, though. If you are just going to let them have the law punish them as the law dictates per their crime, that's not revenge because you didn't show mercy. That is literally, I put my hand in the fire and I got burned. And that's what I'm saying, is that it sounds like a very philosophical quote, but it really isn't. Because what example can you generate where it wouldn't be justice?
I mean, it depends entirely on what things you're talking about. Like,
right, but that's what I'm saying, though, right? Like, there is revenge. There is just going out and taking revenge. You know, you got fired from your job, and so you went out and pushed someone, and you pushed that person in front of the train. You took revenge on them. That's not justice, obviously. But is you showing mercy to them by not pushing them in front of the train justice? No. That's just you not being a fucking psychopath.
The only example that I can give you is extremely petty, which is, you stepped on my lawn, now you get to pay a $700 fine, even though it was a complete accident on your part, and I'm just a petty piece of shit. Like, I can't give you anything more extreme, partially because I don't remember the context of this quote or this quote from the game in question.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's a dog shit quote. That's what I'm saying. It's just a dog shit quote. That it sounds cool. It sounds, you know, thought provoking and moving, but it's not, because there's nothing there to it. What situation could occur where something would be revenge, but by letting them off the hook and showing them mercy, it's now justice? No fucking situation. No one can come up with a situation where
I would say the only things I can think of are a situation where someone kills someone, and then someone else goes to kill them and lets them off the hook, right? Like, otherwise you can't, right? Because you can just, right? The example: someone kills your family, right? So you kill that person,
sure. Right?
Well, now you've killed someone's dad, or their mom, or their whatever. So does then that next person have the right to kill you?
Right, but then the problem there is that that's not justice. So the problem is the person whose dad has just been killed because he killed someone else's family. You choosing to show mercy on the killer of your dad who killed that guy's family isn't justice. That's just showing mercy. Unless you're saying that the justice is your dad being killed for killing that guy's family.
Well, I guess in this example, the justice would be, hey, police, I have proof he killed my father, and let the courts take it over, but...
Right,
that
but
mercy
that's what I'm saying, though, is the hinge point of this quote is that revenge is the core, but when you add mercy to this situation, it becomes justice. But there is no situation where that happens. Like, your family is killed. You kill the killer of your family. Technically, that was another person. So, technically, by the same standards, their son should be able to kill you. Okay? But he doesn't kill you. Instead, he goes to the police and they arrest you and put you in jail for life because you killed someone. So you showed mercy to them.
Or they
ruined
could just
the rest
say,
of their
I
life.
forgive you.
Right, but then again, it's still not justice, though. That's the problem. It's just mercy. Then there's no justice there.
There's a good chance that this is someone trying to expand on what I think is an old Bible verse, which is justice tempered with mercy, except that they fucked it up by
very likely. Now I will say, yeah,
what
obviously,
that actually means.
Justice should be tempered with mercy.
I would say, but to be clear, I fully agree with what Max says and what Sneaky's saying there. That's not the quote in question here, right? I'm gonna take Max's side, and you know what? Yeah, I think Sneaky's right. This is a quote that's I am 5 and this is deep.
Yeah.
The only example I can give where this makes any sense is an incredibly petty scenario that you can find in pretty much any suburbia, but I can't see it being anything more inconvenient than my neighbor's a dickhead who likes his grass a little too much. Like,
my neighbor is touching too much grass.
It's valid in like a handful of petty situations, but it's not that deep, and it does feel like a bastardization of justice must be tempered with mercy. Completely misunderstanding the point of that, which is
5.
like,
yeah.
You know, this quote may have retroactively harmed a little bit of the good feeling memory I have of Justice League. I need to go back through that game. It's like a 6-hour game. I'll get to that quote. All right, does this make sense in context? I'll just get back to Sneaky with it. Like, all right, Sneaky, you're right, or okay, you were wrong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the context could definitely change the scenario, but the problem is that the person is quoting them then out of context. And there's a lot of quotes that work in context. Very fine people on both sides.
There's probably a fuck ton of quotes that are awful out of context. There are probably more quotes that are awful out of context than there are quotes that are good.
Oh, well, obviously. I mean, that's just the nature of things.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you want to test a man's character, give him power. That's a great quote, no matter if it's in or out of context.
Right, exactly.
I would say that's a great abbreviation of power corrupts. Like,
no, power corrupts is the abbreviation there.
Yeah, power corrupts is the.
I know, but
Bakugo's Inferno. Thing. I'm sorry. Fucking what?
Well, huh?
What?
What? Boy, I really do love that you just love to blindside us at the like. We're 3/4 into a philosophical discussion. You're just like, oh, by the way, guys, word vomit.
The Big 3 trilogy presents Book 1, Bakugo's Inferno. After unintentionally eavesdropping on a romantic confession between his best friend and rival, leaves his mind and feelings spiraling, Bakugo descends into hell. A hurt comfort friendship story featuring Izuku fucking Shoto Todoroki.
Oh, classic.
Bakugo's also
being
gay.
written at the same time.
And then book 2 is literally right afterwards as well.
Sneaky, think fast, chuckle nuts.
Is there also a book 3 on the author's profile?
Oh, probably.
Or it's on its way, about to be released.
No, book 3 has not been released yet.
Okay, but book 1 and 2 are being written simultaneously, apparently?
Yes.
Don't worry about it. Or it's already written and he's writing book 3 now and he's releasing 1 and 2 at the time while writing.
The Big 3 trilogy
I'm sorry, I'm
presents
allergic to dump lots.
Book 2, Shoto, Fire and Ice. When Mizuku Midoriya changes Todoroki Shoto's outlook on life, Shoto commits to showing Izuku just how much that means to him by giving him the good old gluck gluck. But someone keeps getting in the way. Bakugo. content warning, people die. Okay, so what I'm understanding from this is the author is of the opinion that if Izuku, Shoto, and Bakugo were gay, people would die.
Yes.
No, the author should be one of those.
What did they mean by this?
What does the author mean by this?
Let's examine.
Don't
this
worry
issue.
about it.
I have published my first 2 My Hero Academia fics.
No, please. You shouldn't have. No, really.
No, really, you
The
shouldn't
world
have.
did not deserve this.
Yeah, we really didn't deserve this. In fact, you should take it back until we're more deserving.
Yeah,
Until the
yeah.
world is ready for you.
We may never be deserving. That is a
At least not
sacrifice
your
we are all
natural
willing to make.
lifespan. Look out for a new body for
God.
when you're ready.
More than you think. Quirks can make or break you. They decide if you're a hero, civilian, or villain. Actually, they really don't, but okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real here. The guy who could destroy any structure with his hand, you might think, wow, so villainous. Brother, he would be amazing for search and rescue. Uh-oh, someone's trapped under the 300 I-beams. They're out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the amount of times that they were like, look at this quirk, it's great for this. I'm like, okay, but what about this, and why are you only focusing on this one aspect? Like, the kid with the mind control quirk?
Yeah.
Like, oh, that'd be such a cool villain. But I'm like, what are you talking about? He'd be amazing for hostage negotiation. What are you jackasses on about, villain?
Because
Yeah,
they
I
can't
mean-
imagine anything different.
Get that boy on the police force.
Yeah, it's wild because it's just like they make these really weird declarations, and honestly, the My Hero fandom is very odd. I've never heard of a fandom being more biological essentialism than than these guys. Like, I mean, I've been to the Toho fandom, I've been to the Hoi fandom. The My Hero Academia fandom are just so biological essentialists. It blows the other 2 out of the water. The 2 fandoms known and joked about for being Nazis. You're more extreme than they are.
Oh, that's.
You don't understand. Quirks make the man. Oh, no, it's action. Idiot. By that logic, Izuku was born quirkless in a world where 80% of the world has a quirk should have been less than nothing. Racism competition, but your opponent is a My Hero Academia fan.
Uh-oh.
He refused to accept that fate. He wishes to prove that quirk or no, he can achieve greatness. Okay, so literally the most generic how it should have gone story ever. Alright, buddy. You probably did it terribly.
Well,
I mean, considering the fact that you only have 200 favorites in this section.
well, let's not forget sneaky favorites are sadly not indicative of actual quality.
Oh, I know they're not indicative of actual quality. But when you have 200,000 words, 34 chapters updated over the course of a single year, and you only have 200 favorites, you're on the front page like 24/7. And you only have 200 favorites.
Again, there is every chance that the writing is actually good enough that people just drop it. Don't forget that tweet you sent me involving something I wish I'd never learned about called book talk, Sneaky.
Yeah,
How dare you
that
introduce
was...
that? How dare you
Man.
introduce the existence of that to me, by the way? I will never forgive you for that.
This is
What
going
is-
in the
wait,
Is that the one that can't stand people reading and third person.
Yeah, third person.
They
Yeah.
sent me that. It was the first time
Oh,
I've ever
those
learned that there are
fucking
people who
idiots.
can't. It's like, it's fine if you don't prefer third person, but if that's preventing you from reading a book, oh my god, you are so fucked, because that is 90% of literature. Second, what do you mean book talk?
Yeah, book TikTok. Yeah. Are leftists MHA fans?
Also,
Oh, leftists
what
are
I hate the
huge
most
MHA
about
fans.
this is that she starts reading from
The back.
the back of the book, and I believe the
Yeah.
book is actually upside down in her hands.
Yes.
You're
So
surprised.
this tweet actually gets worse on like multiple levels, right? So the person who made this comment, while they are correct, obviously got some clapback from some people who really hate third person for some reason. Speaking of which, I actually have another picture to send to you that I will not be displaying live. Because guess who had a hot take about that?
Does it rhyme with Asmon Mold?
No. It's someone else.
Someone from my server?
No, it's someone else, someone from my private DM list that cannot be exposed.
No, not another one.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
I
it Mr.
find it can
Communist
be
Man?
too
Yeah.
abstract or boring if a book is written in third person. Sneaky, you need to cut ties with this man at this point. Jesus Christ. He thinks he's a Christian while practicing at a Buddhist temple. He thinks Democrats and Republicans are the
Liberal.
exact same thing. I
Yeah.
will not say anything more because anything else, and if he happens to watch the stream, he's gonna know we're talking about him. And now he thinks that it's too abstract or boring if a book is written in third person. That is the most common POV because it is the simplest to write. Because
That's
third
literally what I
person,
explained to him. Yeah.
do you know how
Yeah.
hard it is to actually write in first person consistently?
Oh god.
Ignoring past or present tense. Do you know how hard that is, realistically?
It's just a fucking pain, dude. Like, it doesn't even like a complicated novel or
So I
special.
literally
They actually make it
explained to him
obvious.
all of that, right? I sent him a big old paragraph explaining exactly that it's easier to write in third person. You can explain more details to the audience that way. You don't have to shape the story by the first person character's perspective of the world. You get to go
Also,
outside of
perspective
their
changes are less
personal
jarring.
understanding. Yeah, less jarring, perspective changes. There's a whole gauntlet of good reasons. I laid them all out to him. And you know what he did in response?
God.
He cry laughing emoji'd me. That was his response to that.
Who is this guy?
It makes me want to watch a movie because I
guy.
get
How do
that
you
over
know
the
this
shoulder.
guy?
Motherfucker. Third person being the over the shoulder point of view in writing is amazing because it means that I have a story I want to write where it is third person. The main character is character A, but third person will always be over the shoulder of other characters and will just swap to another character's shoulder on the fly. Like character A shows up, character B talks about them and to them. Character C shows up, character B's like, all right, I'm gonna fuck off, and now the camera is sitting over character C's shoulder.
Yeah, it's just
Which is
showing everyone's
important to
perspective
the
of
storytelling of that story.
Yeah.
It is the most versatile. It is the easiest. You can teach a chimp to write in third person. First person takes a lot of concentration and understanding of how people, on average, actually talk and think.
Yeah.
And to be fair, you can use first person to display like an alien psychology.
I am
Never mind
absolutely
second
slamming
person.
him.
I still don't think I've ever read a second person story.
There's not a single good second person story out there.
And they're awful.
I don't know how
Choose your own
the fuck
adventure.
you
I
begin.
read them back when I was a kid. It's a bunch of choose your own adventure garbage of like, you see two doors in front of you. What do? I take the left door.
There's that, but there's actually a guy on. There's actually a guy
Oh,
on FFPM
okay.
who
In
got
that
pretty
case,
popular.
all right. In the case that's not true. I read one CYOA when I was a kid. Do you know why it was good? It was the Goosebumps CYOA in the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an accomplished author.
Actually, in
writing
that
for
case,
kids,
wouldn't
which means
D&D
lower
be
standard
technically a second-person story?
No,
Yeah.
because you're playing a character.
No. He's talking about the narrative where the
The
DM goes,
narrative
and you
yeah.
enter the building, and this happens, and you see this.
That I would argue that is constantly changing between the 3 POVs.
That is fair.
That's fair.
And
That's
that
fair,
is
yeah.
highly dependent on the GM's personal style. Like some GMs will be like, you see this and we'll even kind of take some
And then they'll
small
say like
actions for your
this
character for
character,
you.
this character sees this or something like that.
Yeah. That's highly dependent on who your GM is and what their style is. So yes and no.
But anyway, so yeah, this person proceeds to make an absolute ass out of themselves.
Just like who is this person?
Well, if you look here, we're gonna say a whole bunch of words that I can't say on here, but yeah, they pretty much
Call me some criticism. What have they written?
Nothing. So basically, anyway, they make an ass out of themselves on Twitter really quick because they keep not wanting to criticize romance because criticizing romance is misogynistic, according to them. And so they don't want to talk about romance, which is the biggest section, I would say, of stories that are written in first person compared to anything else.
But they write comics.
Yeah. So they that's why they're attacking it from the young adult angle, according to them, because they do young adult stuff. Yeah, middle-aged about kids.
I guess this is today's version of a middle-age crisis.
But yeah, so they quickly lose the argument
Instead
and
of
the
getting
plot
a Porsche
in the,
because you have the money, you just become a woman.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, that's a fucking line.
So we got some responses here as well, where someone tries to respond with, "You're supposed to read what you enjoy," whether that's I'm not gonna try and pronounce that, Dostoevsky, or the smuttiest romance alive. Reading books you're supposed to because you're supposed to do it just shows you're doing it for social validation, which is about as sadder than anything that the book talk girls do. You know what? That's true and fair. I think it's very cringe that people go out and are like, "Oh, why are you reading Twilight? You could be reading War and Peace."
Why are you reading? Why are you reading Fairy Tale Dragon fanfic?
Yeah, why are you
It's my escapism, and I get to decide.
Yeah,
it's my mental illness to decide what my coping mechanism is.
Yeah, it's just read what you want to enjoy. I think it's really stupid that you'd be like, "Oh, you're 40 now. You're not allowed to read My Hero Academia anymore. That's for kids."
Just don't get attracted to the kids in it, please.
Yeah, just don't
I'll read whatever the fuck I want.
Listen, I got news for you. I am going to continue reading the YA fantasy garbage known as Drizzt-Do'Urden.
Why is that familiar?
He is the OG fantasy character,
Dark
effectively.
Elf.
He's the OG Dark Elf that's not actually doing anything wrong.
I see.
Yeah. What if and then so this original tweet author that actually had a decent clap proceeds to just fall off the ladder with, "What if I told you the reason for reading is not pleasure, but to broaden your horizons and expand the scope of what gives you
no,
pleasure?"
reading is absolutely to have a good time. Don't listen to this
It's absolutely for pleasure. 100%
Wasn't that fucking
pleasure.
like Noble from the fucking 1800s take? Like, oh yeah, reading is for educational purpose only. Plebs don't get to read; they have to work.
Now, I will say, you should read to expand your horizons. You should try out books that you normally wouldn't to, really give you a better idea of what you're searching for. Because there's a lot of times where I've come across a story where I looked at it and said, "That looks stupid."
Then I read it anyway, because I wanted to know if it really was actually stupid. And then it turns out that I really, really liked the story because it was well done.
Yeah. I mean, like, there have been, like, multiple stories that I've read, like, over the past, like, 20 years, which have really changed me as a person.
Oh, yeah,
Vinland Saga
absolutely.
for one, right?
Yeah.
Like, I can say that definitely they have broadened my horizons, but, like, man, I write for fun.
Yeah, well, you should write for fun, you should read for fun, you should do things for enjoyment. You're only on Earth for so long. Trying to be some sort of 300 IQ Redditor because you know a bunch of pointless trivia about a lot of things. And this is coming from me, the guy who knows a lot of pointless trivia about a lot of things. I don't look for validation through it, though. I just like knowing pointless trivia for a lot of things. I don't really care if anyone acknowledges that I do.
Yep.
I just like knowing a lot of things.
Yep.
That's why I read for pleasure. I decided to give Moon Knight a chance. It's amazing how it coincides. Yeah, Moon Knight's great.
Moon Knight is unhinged, but good.
Yes.
Which is the fun part of it.
Perfect. Delicious. But I
mean,
it's
like,
just...
you could do 1,000 things to, like, you know, like, better yourself. Dream doesn't have to be the be-all, end-all, is basically the thing. This person, like, again, like, it seems like that's all they have in their life, so they want to make, like, a bigger deal out of it.
Well, again, it's one of these situations where someone has reached a point in their life where they realize they have absolutely nothing going for them. They have hit rock bottom because their personality puddle isn't a puddle. Their personality puddle was a petri dish.
Yep.
With the depth of a nanometer. They had nothing, and they hit fucking rock bottom immediately. They started scraping at the bottom and then realized that they didn't have anything. And when they realized they didn't have anything, they went, oh shit, I have to make this my everything now. Because I don't know how to have a personality beyond what I do every day and my physical characteristics.
It's not even just like a personality thing. It's like you need to find a thing to feel superior in, right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though, is they didn't just make it something they feel superior in. Because I do like knowing more about shit than other people. I do. That is an enjoyable activity for me to do that. However, I don't make it my personality. I don't go around to various discords to prove people wrong. I like that. It's not a core component of my personality is being right, because I'm as much as I joke about it, I'm not often right. No,
I'm gonna get dinner.
There's a difference, though. It's not my personality. I just like being right. Like
smartest in the room, ass.
Yes, looking here.
I'm sorry, I did have to pop back in. I've been looking over the Moon Knight stuff again, and all I can think of now is, do you feel like a hero yet, Ruby?
God damn.
It was such a good line that I made up on the spot. Like, holy shit, It worked, though.
Ruby becomes Moon Knight.
Thank you, Joseph Conrad.
Oh, God. But, yeah, so anyway, that story that Max said that could possibly be good and people are just sleeping on it.
Which one?
I've been, the More Than You Think. The most generic idea for MHA possible is Izuku Tries.
Wait, yeah, More Than You Think is like, I think I read a bit of that at some point.
You might have. They updated only 34 times in the past year, so...
Well, if it didn't leave much of an impact, then it's...
Clearly it wasn't that important.
It's probably a perfect 5 on 10. It's not offensive enough to remember, but it's not good enough to remember either.
I'm 90% sure I've read some of that shit. But then again, like, there's a point I was just rushing through stories, so like, I just throw them in there.
Why do I have the feeling? My brain is saying this happened, but I need you to confirm it for me. Is my brain is saying we were playing Left 4 Dead at one point, and I had a moment where I was like, I feel like I'm forgetting something, and then I got hit by a car being punched by a tank.
What?
I mean, yeah, that probably happened.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't I recently give you an aneurysm by telling you about that one fucking Fire Emblem / Zelda story? Where they
I
turned
see.
the-
I don't care about Fire Emblem, so I don't get aneurysms from bad Fire
So
Emblem.
they turned post Majora's Mask Link into
Yeah.
a fucking janitor at Garreg Mach after he got beaten up by pre-canon Dimitri.
Why?
Huh?
Yeah. Exactly what it sounds like.
They turn the hero of time into a janitor because
After
Fire
being
Emblem.
beaten by Dimitri pre-canon.
No. I'm sorry, author, but you're fucking
And you know what
wanking
the
about
reasoning
crest
was?
does not matter.
Dimitri's good. He'd get his ass handed to him.
No, and it's even worse because like the reasoning this guy gave was because Link is so used to fighting big opponents, he doesn't know how to fight a human.
Link is also
Not
super
true at
used to
all.
fighting human-sized opponents. What are you on about, dude? Has bro
And
looked
like
at any?
there's a point where like Link kind of ends up fighting
Has
like a
bro
very
played any Legend of Zelda
like
game?
very cheapish assassin, like you're not even like canon named assassin, like this is like what Link ends up fighting, and Link literally comments that this person punched harder than Ganondorf.
Bullshit.
And the worst part is the story is well written from a technical perspective. It's just everything fucking else that sucks.
Oh no. Congratulations, the technical aspects you're writing are actually quite pleasing. Unfortunately, you don't know the lore that you were writing for. Please leave.
Unfortunately, you will now be passing away.
You know, I can send you the story. It was called Cobalt Crescent.
That's really bad.
Anyway.
It is very bad.
I've been sitting on this idea for a couple months now. I have been sitting on the most basic bitch, bare minimum, 2 brain cell rubbing together thought for a couple of months now. And after some editing of the original script and polishing and getting feedback, it's finally ready. I've been finding myself in a niche of quirkless Izuku stories, but this one will explore a new route to power for which he can achieve. Covered all that well in main product, so I'll try my best to keep them present from the beginning of this without overshadowing the main plot. If you like this chapter, you can send me money on Patreon or join my Discord. Also, this will be my first story that will be cross-posted to both here and archive. Oh god.
By the way, I still have not got my archive invite.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shit. That's rough, man.
Like 3,000 in the line or something.
I mean, yeah. Sounds about right. Anyway, let's see what we got here. Chapter 1, Beginnings. You guys ready? You guys ready for this? Feedback improved. You for this?
Oh no.
V2 story.
Oh no.
It was a regular summer's day. Summer is possessive. Why?
It's a character from Ruby, don't worry about it.
The sun was bright. The temperature was high. The school out for the summer. Japanese school doesn't release for the summer.
I guess, actually, I'm sorry. The possessive summer, I guess, technically is correct, but why not just write it was a regular summer day?
Exactly.
Why?
No,
Also,
no,
Japanese
schools. No, most Japanese schools have 40-odd days from July 20 to August 31st. Winter and spring vacation are both 10 days.
Oh, okay.
I literally had to research this recently for like the fic that I wrote.
Yeah, I thought they did a whole year-round thing.
No, they get summer break.
40 days, and that's actually like when their year ends and next one begins as well.
Okay, 40 days. I mean, that's only like a month, though. That's a little bit.
Month and 10 days. In India, we got month 15. I'm not sure how much you get in the USA.
We get out June 10th, and we get back in September 20th.
So
yeah, we get a while.
You get a while.
No. No, a lot of places went to doing 2-month summer vacations. It used to be 3.
Yeah,
A
they
lot of places,
changed that.
a lot of places switched to a 2-month summer
Comic-Con!
vacation and split that last month up. That their justification was, well, we're giving them more breaks throughout the year. It's like, okay, but that sucks.
Yeah.
The justification was also, well, they missed a lot of days during the previous year, and here recently is, well, because of COVID.
Yeah.
No,
We gotta play catch up.
no, sign. They were doing way before COVID. They were doing 2 months summer
Yeah.
and then more breaks throughout the year. COVID just exacerbated a completely.
All of our children miss out on so much over fucking summer. We must make it smaller.
COVID fucked up one of the most important aspects of school, which is basic socialization skills.
Yeah.
Yep.
It also fucked up the concept of a snow day.
You got
Speech
some
skills.
people. Yeah, man. Yeah, the Zoomers are cooked.
Like interpreting facial expressions is the thing it fucked up.
I would have been so fucked if I'd been a student when COVID occurred, because I already have to try extra hard to interpret basic body language and expressions. Oh, I would have been so fucking cooked.
I mean, not that I don't have to try hard. I just don't translate these. I just don't translate these.
He doesn't bother.
The duality of man. Max tries his best because he wants to understand people to the best of his ability. Sneaky, I can't be fucked.
See, what I do is, because my eyes are shit, I just don't even bother trying to figure that shit out. I just listen to what people say and how they act. And I analyze them through that. You know, if they're talking shit and backing away, they're a bitch.
What if they're just backing away to get a running start?
You know, see, that's completely different. Still a bitch.
No, I mean they're getting a running start for their Superman punch.
Oh, I know. Still a bitch. Bitch ain't shit.
The bitch ain't shit. Sneaky Devil.
Yeah.
2024.
Yeah, that sounds like Sneaky.
What are you gonna do? Stab me?
Man says moments before being stabbed.
Anyway, with school out for the summer, students from kindergarten to university were out and about, enjoying the pleasant temperature with friends and loved ones. That's a joke. University students don't have loved ones.
Oof.
There are always outliers. People who didn't like the sun. You mean everyone?
Normal people?
It's like, I'm sorry, but you might love the sun, but if you're in
no.
fucking Mexico, you aren't going out during noon.
Sneaky Attention is asking for reference sheets for Valkyrie. Should we be worried?
I swear to God, Tension. If you draw Valkyrie naked, I'm getting you deported.
Do it.
Do it.
Knows you'll be going with him.
Yeah, I'm gonna be gluing
You can't send me back to Greece. You can't do this to me. You know how much
I'm putting you in a box and shipping you to Israel.
Well, he's saying you'll like it. The only references Sneaky has are going to be the 3 arts that he's got. So you never actually took reference photos of the in-game Dark Souls 2 mod when you
I
did
did not take reference photos. You are correct.
Oh, wait. Do you still have your Dark Souls 3 files on your computer? You might be able to pull that up just for simple stuff.
What do you mean? My Dark Souls? Oh, like, no.
Yeah, you know, because Dark Souls 3 didn't have the Steam Cloud thing for some fucking reason.
Yeah, no, I don't got that shit.
Did they ever fix that?
Probably not.
Like, I don't know what it is, but FromSoft just did not want to have Steam Cloud syncing across 1, 2, or 3. I guess because, you know, they hate their players or something. Yeah, no, it's still not there. How is this still not a thing?
Hey, is you okay? Trying to move a file around. Windows?
Windows was in fact not okay.
When Explorer.exe has crashed.
Did it actually crash?
Nice.
Nice!
Oh, I haven't seen this one before.
Yeah, this was the one that
you get that
I
one?
paid way too much money for.
Oh. Oh, you know
Yeah.
what? You mentioned that to me, but you never actually showed it to me. I'm pretty
Ye-
sure you told me it was in the triple digits, and now looking at it, yeah,
Yeah.
I see why you feel that way.
Yeah.
Uh,
Here's one I
that-
got for free.
yeah, the difference in quality is astounding. I think I remember the bottom one. I think I remember saying something like, "Wow, this feels real Jean Grey for some reason."
So, Max paid $30 for the first one. I paid $10 for the
Oh,
second one.
no, that I didn't pay $30. I made a donation of $100 to pay for a website
Oh,
server
okay.
upkeep for a
Yeah,
full
I know.
year.
I know.
So
I was saying
they,
paid as in you gave the person money and they gave you
yeah,
a
no,
picture in response.
I gave them money like, okay, this was so cool. Ask me for anything. There are like no limits to what you can have in the picture.
They did a great job. I mean, honestly, I'm still using this fucking thing
For
8 years later.
For as insane as they went after getting this picture,
Yeah, right.
it's still a great art style.
Yeah. The second one I got for $10. I really
wait.
like that one. I actually
Wait
have
a
a poster
second.
of that one.
Sneaky?
Yeah.
That one you paid too much for? I'm 90% certain that they traced this from a manga panel.
Dude, I would not be surprised at all.
This is setting off like memories that I'm trying to get a hold of. There's
Man, I
something
would not be surprised at
extremely
all.
familiar. It's not just like, oh, this is a generic like come at me pose. No, there's something about the lighting and the specific shapes used that are like triggering something in the brain.
The third one I paid way too much money for, and I'm not going to go into. The fourth one I got for free because I commented on a DeviantArt artist's profile during some sort of raffle, and he's like, "Congratulations, you win! What do you want?" I was like, "This character, I guess."
Drugs.
And he's like, "Boobs!" I'm like, "Oh, okay." I mean, it's free,
And
so
yet-
I'm not going to comment. Like,
Yeah,
and this one I paid like $20 for, maybe, or someone gave it to me for free. I forget.
yeah, the one you got for free though is still like my second favorite of this lot
Oh, absolutely. It's good.
because well, not just that. It's because the man did it in MS Paint with a mouse.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what that does.
It's
Yeah,
entirely in MS Paint.
yeah, he
with
did it
a mouse.
entirely in MS Paint with no layers with a mouse.
This man made a commission in MS Paint with a
Dude
bunch of
was-
scraps.
Yeah, dude was fucking insane. I don't know how he managed.
Like, hey kids, you want to see digital art on hard mode?
Yeah, it was wild. But you know, I definitely like the second. The second one's obviously my favorite. However, it's not very good on detail unless you have a giant poster of it, which I do. The first image is obviously my profile picture. And you can understand my opinions on that. It's a great profile picture.
Local man likes his profile picture. Who could have guessed?
Yes.
Incredible.
The rest of them, I mean, are okay. It's very interesting. So the other key part is the one I got for free, the fourth image. I gave him the first two images as reference. And the third image, actually. I gave all three as reference pictures for that. And he added fucking boob. And I was like, okay. I'm not gonna complain, dude. I'm getting it for fucking free.
I was gonna... Sneaky, that's DeviantArt in a nutshell.
I got the rest of them from DeviantArt, too.
DeviantBoss.
But it's more just like, I wasn't going to comment. Cause he also thanked me for that later on, by the way. He's like, I really appreciate you, like, not trying to haggle over the picture.
that I'm giving you for free. I'm like, yeah, no problem. He's like, you're giving it to me
Oh,
for
that
free.
would-
Why would I fucking?
Yeah, no. Something about the other raffle winners he deals with Sneaky.
Yeah, some of the raffle winners have been pieces of work. Version 1,
Many
version
such
2,
cases.
version 3. Man, you know what I really fucking hated? That fucking bitch who drew the second one. She blocked me.
Why'd she do that?
Because I asked her to draw 10 characters, and I told her I'd pay her $100 for it, and she's like, well, that's not how that works. I'm like, but...
Oh,
10...
well...
I was like,
the
okay.
obvious next question is, okay, well, then what does get me 10 characters?
Yeah, I was really confused. I was like, but one character was $10, so why wouldn't 10 characters be $100? And then she blocked me. I was like, you could have just offered a higher pay, and I would have given it to you. Like, I'm really fucking baffled by this. If you were just
what
like,
the fuck
no.
What did I come back to?
So the artist of the second image that I linked, blocked me on DeviantArt because I offered to commission 10 more pictures from them.
And that's cool and all, but I just got tons of free fan art for it. So cool, Jack Reacher. Ever tried that strategy?
Yeah.
You didn't... is it really fan art, though?
It's something.
I mean,
it is something. You got it free, but I wouldn't call it.
The stuff
too big.
The stuff from Australia is free.
Her head's not too big. What the fuck are you talking about?
The head looks too big. I swear to God.
Head is too big.
Her head does not look too big. Her head is perfectly normal sized.
Look at it compared to the shoulders. It looks too big. It's huge.
Bro,
You're
it's
counting
a hood.
the hood. That's a fucking
It's a
hood. You
hood.
absolute shitcake.
I'm not looking at the hood. I'm looking at the head itself.
Yes, bro. It's smaller than my head.
Then your head is too big, Sneaky.
My head will beat the
You've
fuck
got a
out
big
of
head,
you,
bro.
My head will
believe
beat
it.
your head.
Shit takes coming from Cyan again. Yeah, 10 pictures. Yeah, I wanted 10 pictures from them for 10 different characters because I was going to commission art for each of the characters. And then I offered to pay them even more if they would take those 10 pictures and put them into one giant collage. Which is super fucking easy. I could have done it, but I wanted to offer them more money.
It's what layers are made for.
Yeah, literally. And well, I also I wanted them also to when drawing the characters, I wanted them to keep that in mind when they were making the 10 characters, so we could easily collage them, so they're positioned in great ways to layer. But they blocked me for it, and I was like, "What the fuck? I am offering to pay you at the rate you described an excessive level of money."
Dumb bitch is dumb.
And I wasn't even I even told them, I was like, I'm not expecting you to do it immediately. I'm just saying, when you have the slots available, I would like to commission it. No, fuck off. That's not how this works.
No.
Women, I swear to God, it's zero negotiation. But that's the thing though, she didn't say, it wasn't no, I don't want to do that. $200. It was just, no, I don't want to do that block. It's like, huh? No negotiation, no trying to get more money out of me, no, nothing. Just fuck you, block.
It sounds like she's been huffing her own farts, and her audience has been propping her up. That's the
thing,
I'm
though.
better than you mentality.
She doesn't have an audience. That's why she was so cheap. And why she was able to do my commission immediately. When I initially did it. She had 30 followers on her fucking page.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'll be happy to buy more commission slots from you. No, I don't want to draw your character. Bye. Huh? And the most confusing part about it for me was that I didn't have any issues Like, I didn't send the character back to get redrawn. I never had any issues about how they were drawing the character. I never bothered them for updates. They would send me an update. I'd be like, oh yeah, that's really good. I'm liking where it's going. And that's my responses. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh, well, no, you gotta draw them, redraw it. No, I don't like the face. No, you gotta do this.
Some people are stupid.
I was just consistently satisfied with the rate they were updating me and what their output was, and I had no problems, and I never corrected them, and then I wanted them to do more art because I liked their art style, and they told me to fuck off. I'm just so confused. To this day, I'm still confused.
Meanwhile, I'm over here debating sending Sign yet more money.
I know, right?
For what?
Hey,
yeah?
I've got another chapter if you want it.
You son of a bitch!
Are you holding the
chapter
hostage?
8 right now.
No, he's all caught up.
You have to post this right the fuck now.
He's all caught up. He just likes the idea enough that he's writing more of it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Sign! Sign!
Yes!
God damn it, Sign!
Look, I needed a break from Outer Heaven. I hit my limit on that and wrote too.
I'm aware! You have 24 missing commissions!
I am aware! I'm doing those next week!
Bro, you have so many children on fucking missing cartons, they're charging you by the hour.
What?
The milk carton kids.
Yeah.
Nose kind of broke down there, but I believe he's trying to mention. Mine is helping fund the milk carton kids missive right now.
Every single time Nose opens up his mouth to try and form some sort of metaphor, it's like watching a 7-car pileup of different metaphors slamming into each other.
He's trying his best, okay?
It's always like there's one car somehow impaled on the light pole 2 miles down that was part of the entire wreck, but somehow it's just down there now, and you're like, how did we end up here?
The answer is cider.
Of course, obviously.
This cider fucking sucks, by the way. I'm never buying it again.
Angry Orchard? Yeah, that dog shit cider, man.
I tried it once a while ago, and I'm like, yeah, I could do a few.
You gotta get the People's Cider. You're close enough. I'm pretty sure you got the People's Cider.
What the fuck is the People's Cider?
Well, let me not do it on Twitch, because apparently that's frowned upon.
Is this gonna be fucked?
No, it's just I'm not allowed to show alcohol on Twitch.
Oh. Just fucking post it in the chat or some shit. I don't know.
He is, but he's got to look it up first.
Nope.
Why does the link say COVID
desktop.htm? Yeah.
The fuck?
I guess they made like the online thing during COVID. That might be it.
Yeah, they might have.
Or they did some reworking of the website and didn't fix it up or update it since.
Didn't update the link.
I guess I'll be buying some of this.
If
you recommend it.
Yeah, I don't know. What the fuck? Why can't I find any? Yeah, Citizen Cider. Sorry, my bad. It's Citizen Cider, not the People Cider.
The People Cider.
Yeah, the People Cider sounds kind of communist, Sneaky.
Yeah, very anti-you.
Oh, no, they're also commie, but they make really good cider, so...
Oh.
Hey, look, they embrace their capitalism, okay?
Yeah. So, Unified Press is by far my favorite of them all.
I love how it doesn't even open for me, probably because I'm in India.
Well, you wouldn't be able to buy it anyway. It's from Vermont.
Yeah, I'd send it to some fucking friend of mine.
But yeah, Unified Press is my favorite one. It's a perfect blend of cider. I'm not a huge fan of Bros. I'm not a huge fan of Lake Hopper.
And you're not a huge fan of the government?
Yeah. Baker's Dozen's pretty good. Wits Up is alright. 30 Mare's okay. Mountain Hopper was interesting. But yeah, no, Unified Press, can't go wrong with it.
Alright, I'll check it out, thank you.
No, do not drink a cum cider.
Please never speak again.
No, it's cum cider.
No! No!
You are forbidden from speaking words.
Oh, anyway.
It's from an old radio bit.
I'm sure.
I don't care if it's from an old radio bit, it's dumb.
So, the dialogue is mid. The spelling is alright. Narrative is boring. A lot of walls of text.
Mucho texto.
Can't be fucked. Anyway, I'm gonna order some pizza. We're gonna close out here. I mean, it's 10:16, but unless you guys want to read some crossovers of Ben 10.
No,
I think we're good.
No.
Now suddenly not. Oh wow, 133. Ben 10 Hero Force. It has been 3 years since Ben 10 took on a normal life. However, history repeats itself. Life is unfair. With the news of someone putting in a good word for him at UA, Ben once again dons the Omnitrix to face the challenges ahead. Can he keep up with the legacy he left behind? The fuck? What? Dekiru 10, the symbol of peace. Izuku Midoriya, previously quirkless, was offered one for all, but during training he discovered the Omnitrix. Now his journey begins. It's hero
so
time.
he has both one for all and also the Omnitrix. Lovely.
Yeah. We'll carry
At this point,
on.
if you're going to do an MHA story, you'd be better off just skipping Izuku and making your own MC.
Yeah. We'll carry on an Ochanko Omnitrix story, Volume 1, by Trans with a Plan. Ochanko Uraka finds herself unexpectedly taking on the mantle of Omnitrix wielder from Ben 10. As Ochanko begins to explore the capabilities of the Omnitrix, she must also navigate the complex relationship and allies while facing off against increasingly powerful enemies. So, it's just another Ben 10 story. Except the main character is a girl.
Another Ben 10 story. Very nice.
Yeah. 111 chapters, 7,000 words a chapter, 200 favorites. Updated over the course of the past 2 years. Goddamn. That's rough, bro. That's real rough. Heroes never die, it's hero time. One would think that in a world where everyday people possess impossible abilities, nothing would be a surprise. Izuku Midoriya, who once upon the age of 4 was diagnosed as quirkless, was denied his dream to become a hero.
but fate gives him a second. He wasn't denied his dream; he gave up on it. But fate gives him a second chance, allowing him to access not one, but a universe of power and abilities. Oh wow!
I can't imagine where this is going.
Hyper Tricks Volume 1, a My Hero Academia Ben 10 fanfiction. Here is my plot for the story. The story will follow a young man named Izuku Midoriya from My Hero Academia. He was born in a world of My Hero Academia where superpowers and heroes exist, but he was powerless. But one day in a forest, something crash landed from sky. It was glowing green. Investigating it, it was some kind of device that turned human into monstrously powerful aliens. How does this story have 14 favorites?
Because God is dead.
Why is the only review nice chapters, bro?
Nice chapters, bro. Probably his friends and family.
Ma,
Him
you gotta
reviewing
update my you gotta upvote my fan fiction.
Boko no Alien Force.
No.
How about
Kidding
Boku
me.
no get the fuck out my
The
stream?
Boku, we're fucking
Boko
done. Stop.
D's nuts in your mouth.
Just end the fucking stream.
Boku no Piccolo.
No.
Oh god. Alright,
Stop
well,
that immediately.
I'll see
Never
everyone
mention that again.
on Tuesday. As is always more. And it always goes.